Hi, my name is Amy and thank you very much for watching. So let me introduce Banned Books Art. I am the sole founder of this project and it is a VR gallery where we showcase artists. Every month we have a featured banned book. This month we're doing Alice in Wonderland. Every month we use the themes from the book to inform us which charity will benefit from the ticket sales. And this month it is Prevent Child Abuse America. The tickets themselves range from $1 to $125. It's just that your rewards increase every time, in every tier. And $1 gives you access to the gallery. We can look, the very first gallery that we've ever done was Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And yeah, it's a wonderful, this is open to the public now. The tickets themselves buys you 2 weeks of privileged access. This is a VR environment. I'm using my trackpad to control where it is, and then you're able to walk through the wardrobe, and there are art pieces in there, and if you walk in further, there is another castle. So there is a great amount of things that you can do in here, but this month, and what we're watching today, is for the Alice in Wonderland gallery. We were doing my very first Twitter space, which was an AI Art-a-thon. We used a AI tool called Midjourney, and with Midjourney you give it a text prompt and it outputs a piece of art. So what you're about to watch is 3 hours and 42 minutes of everyone in the space, the community on Twitter. We're just creating art together. We wound up creating more than 300 art pieces, and the plan with this is to make it an NFT. We are working on that right now, but I recommend, I'm working really hard on the Alice in Wonderland VR environment, and it is going to be out in the world this Saturday. So please come and buy a ticket, and I look forward to seeing you there. But this is my first art-centric one. So let me tweet out some things. Okay. So you don't have to, but I'm going to be sharing my screen through my Discord so that when we are creating the art, you can see it being made in real time. So yeah. Pony, how are you? Oh my gosh.
Great. I'm dying to see what you're going to do.
Okie dokie. So let me start the screencasting in the lounge of my Discord. The screen. Yes, the whole screen. Sorry about this. Okie dokie. So we are alive and ready to make art. How this works is you'll give me a prompt. I will write it into Midjourney, and then I will put it into the nest, and hopefully we can just have a lot of fun, talk about ourselves, talk about like what banned books mean to you, why we're here tonight. So I'll have you all know that I got this on June 9th, and I've already made 2,211 images. So, um, I do this too much. So
when you say you give it a prompt, is that like a word? Do you have to like ask it a question? I don't know how it works.
So, basically, let me. Oh no. This is what happens when. So it's like. Here, let me put this up on the Nest too. So basically, like, I just put in the word alcoholic, and then I just put in the word ferret, and then I put in the word alcoholic ferret, and it turned into like this really cute animal drinking a beer. So it can be like anything. It could be a word, it can be a sentence, it can be like, I actually, if you go into that, there's 2 blogs where I just have like, I have made like 1,000 alcoholic ferrets. So, but it's basically like, you can attach like 3 or 4 artist names. That way you get like that style if you want it. This is going to be really fun. So
I didn't get to hear. Are you using crayon?
Crayon? Midjourney.
Oh, okay. Right on. I haven't seen that one yet. Crayon's really fun.
Yeah, I'm down with trying any of the AI stuff, but they were like, you only get like 34 images and you have to pay $30 a month. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to spend $30 a month, I'm going to be doing AI Art-a-thon so we can all make something and we can monetize this. So,
yeah, that's true. The crayon is expensive.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to keep a list for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, he's a troll?
No, I'm just going to keep a list for you, and then that way you can have your hands freed up to do all the hosting and anything that you need to do. And then if you want, just ask me if you need to.
1,000%. I would really appreciate it if, because I'm going to be typing and doing a bunch of stuff, so moderating is not going to be my strong suit tonight. But, Pony, would you like to start the things off with a prompt?
Yeah, we're doing what, Wonderland? How about fantastic?
Just the word fantastic?
I don't know. I've never done it.
No, it's fine. We'll start with fantastic. Hopefully I did this, I had it in relaxed mode for a really, really long time because you only get so many hours of not relaxed. And then, so I was like, we're going to just do fast for this space so that, we're not sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to get one piece of AI art out. So it is working. It is 47% done.
And somebody just messaged me, I'm so sorry, NFT Demon. Apparently, crayon is free.
Oh.
And I must not have my info right.
So the way that this works with Midjourney is that it comes out with 4 images, and then we can choose to upscale the images. So for tonight, I'm basically just going to upscale everything because we can. And if you want a variation, like, we can just like re-roll what it's doing. But for now, I'm going to save this image and post it to the our space.
I know Two Stone Birds, you had your hands up. By the way, what's up, Two Stone Birds? And I don't know if you had a question. What's up?
Oh, hey, what's good, guys? No, at first I did. I was curious when I saw the ferret come up, or, whatever. I thought, I was like, does she have access to DALL-E too? And I was like, no way. But, yeah, after getting to listen to you guys, it's, I guess, Midjourney. But I was curious, have you guys used Starry AI very much? I know that's a pretty good one. I love it.
Have not, and finally cool to hear your voice. I always see you in the Discord. I have not. Please enlighten us.
Yeah, sure. I can actually post one that I can post, yeah, one that I've done in Starry AI, but it is an awesome tool. It really, as far as using regular diffusion like VQ Gone, I have completely stopped using it because it takes so long compared to Starry AI. And what I've done, they give you like 5 credits per free account. But you can make different emails, and I have 10 different emails, so I can make several different drawings a day. But you have to pay to get the premium, different sizes and things like that. But I will really encourage any AI artist to check out Starry AI, StarryAI.com.
So did you finish that art?
Yes, let me pin the results to the top. And then I'm actually going to it's going to get super lost, but these are the themes for my art gallery. The anthropomorphic animals, depictions of famous people, and drug journeys. So we don't have to stick to that, but it would be convenient for me if I could get more art for my gallery. So
I like
have
that.
a word.
I love you what you did with the fantastic. What's the word? We got another one.
Degenerate.
Okay. Just the word degenerate? We can do that.
Yeah, I thought that goes with drug journey, and it's very Web3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that topic, I just posted one that I did in Starry AI. I asked it to create a cannabis god. So it did what it wanted to do with that, and so I guess it kind of, I think it found pictures of Jesus maybe or something, but it did pretty good. I think it did also.
Also, Two Stone Birds. I don't know what your real name is, but if you want to, contribute stuff to my art gallery, I would really appreciate it.
I would love to. I do this kind of stuff all the time. So if you, I have another account. It's called IVE_4_AI. I'll give you a follow on that one too. But I love this stuff. This is I went way down this rabbit hole, and I can't get enough of it. After being an AI Nightbirds holder, it inspired me to want to do it myself. And as y'all might know, I don't know if y'all do or not, but we've got an airdrop coming with a whole bunch of AI art. So I don't mean to shield, but it's just, I'm hype about it, really.
Yeah. So I think tonight is going to be, I'm going to post all 4, and if anyone requests that I re-roll, we'll re-roll. But where did it go? Sorry. I knew that it had finished, but Midjourney's very busy, so if you miss your turn, it's fine. It's fine. I could go into a whole story. But yeah, I'm gonna just post all 4 of the images to the nest.
Yeah, please do. I'd like the last 4. Badass.
Yeah. So I upscaled all of them, so there will eventually be better. Basically, when you upscale it, it just has more detail and doesn't look shitty. What is this doing? Sorry.
Yeah, I find that with Starry, I have to sometimes go in and use if a part of the VQ Gun diffusion in the Google Colabs that gives you the opportunity to scale up your image and make it higher resolution or whatever. So I actually do use that feature sometimes when I want to scale my images up and make them more friendly to look at.
Sorry, I'm just like overwhelmed. I really love what the AI did, especially like the bottom right one and the top left for the fantastic. I'm about to buy it my damn self.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love the colors.
For real. Afra, the AI god, what's up?
Yeah. Also, just so you all know, the results from today, we're basically going to put them all in a single collection and put them on. I partner with these people, I forget what they're called, but it's one of those NFT marketplaces. But this is based, and then 50% of the sales and the royalties will go to Prevent Child Abuse America, and the rest of the profits will be split. So, yeah. I was going somewhere with that, but not really. I posted another, The Degenerates. I'm ready for the next prompt.
Degenerate came out a little dirty.
And we can use more than one word. Like, we can use artist, and you can get like super specific, honestly.
Let's
Let's say Allison. Sorry.
Okay. Well, can we put a surrealism vibe to it, maybe?
It has to match her themes. She has specific themes that she's trying to meet for her.
Well, we could do a surrealist something or other, but we're going with anthropomorphic animals, celebrities, or drug
I
journeys.
think it was all of the above. Bad Bunny. Doesn't it like kind of meet all the criteria? The animal, the drugs, the celebrity, the...
Yes, but what did you say?
Bad Bunny.
Let me just try the words Bad Bunny. It's probably going to be bad, but we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Surreal Bad Bunny.
I thought it was gonna be cool, like a bunny with a mask robbing somebody or something.
We're reading.
Afra in the hizzo.
Yeah, mama in that building.
So I don't know if you know. So Art is doing AI to support a good cause. So we're like prompting it now. I guess you're kind of used to that because you do AI all the time. You're really good.
Yeah.
That was my first prompt, Afra. Look at the. It's called Fantastic. Did you see it? That's the one that Art inspired by Banned Books made. Did you want to say something, Levitate? And
no, and I got a prompt to put in there too whenever you guys are ready.
Same.
Awesome, Fancy. I'm gonna go check your profile out. I didn't follow you yet. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Just sent you a follow too. I'm nobody. You don't need to follow me.
Hey, I'm a nobody too, but my kids think I'm somebody.
That's all that matters.
So Art is probably busy, so what we're gonna do is, I guess we can go down like the list. I'm writing everybody down that's a speaker, and then if you want to go ahead and give your prompt, you can just write it down now, and then that way when she's not as busy, we can go ahead.
So yeah, where I am now is they've generated, and I've saved the image, but I need to tweet them out so we can do the other images. We can do a couple of more prompts, and then I'll get that done. So, Chris, what's your prompt?
Do psychedelic Mad Hatter. Let's see what comes up.
And I'm just like, how do you spell psychedelic?
Yeah, PSYCHEDIL.
Okay. I always have to Google it because I don't want to put like bad spelling.
Right on hand.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get these 2 tweets out and we'll get back on track.
Yeah, while we're doing that, everybody tweet the room. I'm going to go DM a couple degenerates I know would really enjoy this. And I'll be right back myself. But I got the mic right there if you need me.
For you guys.
Yeah, and like I know that AI art's never gonna replace like artists, but I do feel bad being like, hey everybody, I have a theme every month. Can you make art for me every month? By the way, I'm not paying you to do this. So if I had money, I would commission people, but I don't. So
No, I'm having fun with this piece that I'm working on right now. So
yeah, I'm glad. So I am going to go ahead and do the next prompt. Oh, wait, shoot. Ugh. I tweeted it and then didn't put it into the nest because I can't do that from my desktop because Twitter's dumb.
yeah, eventually, hopefully they get that shit taken care of. Excuse my language.
These look the same. I'm looking. Okay.
Let's effing go.
Okay, the Hatter looks super cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Sick.
Oh my god, I just saw the bunnies. That's my ass. I like the bunnies too.
I gotta see this. Did you post it up top already?
Let me get the Hatter out the door.
I like that first bunny.
With the carrot out of its mouth.
I can't wait to see the Hatter. It's gonna be sick.
No, the one at the top left of the surreal bad bunny.
Yeah. I love the top left. He's out of control.
Cool, dude.
Kinda, it's creepy looking, but it's.
Okie dokie. Can you see the Mad Hatter? It's coming any moment.
Come on, load for me.
So I think Fancy was next, unless somebody else goes before them. What's your problem, Fancy?
You said it can be specific, right, Amy?
Yes, but if it's super specific, could you DM it to me? That way I can like copy and paste it.
Oh, I don't think it's that specific.
Okay.
What about crazy cat people in an alley?
Do you want to make it by a certain artist or?
Oh, like a famous artist?
Probably. Or like a type of art, or I mean, we can just do this without it, and we can go back. We can do prompts again and fine tune.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't thought it through that much.
Yeah, this is so much faster when you're on fast than when you're on relax mode. When I'm in relax mode, I like put in a prompt and then like do housework, and then 30 minutes later it's like you have an image. So it is 56% done. So
This is a really cool idea, though. I really like it, what you're doing.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I've never experienced AI art ever. I mean, I've seen people like just post it, but I never knew how to make it. So this is really cool.
I think this Mad Hatter is out of control.
I was muted. Yeah, it looks nuts, don't it?
Yeah, I think the more specific and like picturesque you are with the words, the better it's going to be, of course. So I get it. Flowery words. Like paint a picture for the AI, right? As the artist, sort of, to speak, you know.
Yeah, like sometimes you do that though, and it just doesn't do what you want it to do, and you're like, great, thank you.
Hey, that sounds like all bots, right? Like me in Discord trying to manage freaking the bots that handle everything, and they don't even want to do it. Oh my god, I was trying to create one yesterday, and yeah, and you know you really can't kill bots. That's not right, but it's not doing what it's supposed to. So there goes 2 bots I've created now in this world that don't work. If anybody has any, because
Yeah.
I know you do a lot of programming art, if you know any, like, I have one that's supposed to create invites for me and then invite people. That's not working. And then I created another one that basically just kind of like, but it's not really trying.
Alright, so I have posted the cat one, so we are ready for the next one.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Come by.
Pony, who's next? Otherwise, we're gonna go on with Vulcan because they have their hand up.
Wait for other people. I said 2 of them already. I don't want to be like a hog. So Vulcan, what's up, baby? Good to see you today.
Oh yeah, I do have a prompt. Hello, Pony. How are you? That's inspired. Can we try 3 nymphs dancing? Like 3 nymphs dancing.
And like in the moonlight, or like in a forest, or just 3 nymphs.
In the forest. 3 nymphs dancing in the forest.
Okay, we'll try that.
In the clouds.
So yeah, what's up with everyone? Anybody got any fun stories or any birthdays or celebrations?
Not lately. I'm so quiet because I'm sitting here actually working on a piece of art in Procreate for the gallery too. So I'll pin it up top in a minute when I'm done. I don't know if I'll be done soon, but
That's beautiful. Yes.
I wanted to see what it did for Queen of Hearts because that was my entry. You know, I wanted to compare it to.
I do have a question though. What's the name of the AI app?
Oh, so this is for Midjourney, or I'm using Midjourney. I do have Dream by Wumbo, but like I could do a couple of outputs from it. It's just not as good.
Okay, so Midjourney is on the App Store, right? Is it free?
So Midjourney, you have to apply for permission to go onto their Discord, and then you use their Discord to create. Like they use a Discord bot to create the art. It's a little clunky. I don't like it. Just you have to work with like in the same channels as like hundreds of other people, so it's hard to like find your art if you're not like totally on top of it. I wish it was private, but it's nice to see everybody else's art to get like inspiration of like what the bot does, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm looking at the one you pinned up there, and it's actually nice. I mean, it came out quite well. The one in the second top, the one at the top right.
Yeah, I do like. I was impressed with that. Usually, yeah. Anyway, next prompt.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, this is also a fundraiser for my gallery. Every time someone, buys a ticket, we'll extend this out by 15 minutes. So prices are $1. Sorry.
Did you do the Queen of Hearts one?
No, I didn't. I heard it and it went out the air. Any qualifier for that, or just Queen of Hearts?
I kind of want to just see what it does.
Okay, we'll do that.
Wow, like, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Thank.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Pony. Please.
No, not at all. No, I'm sorry, baby. I was gonna say one for my daughter. She's been wanting to say one. Let me ask you, have you been writing down who prompted each of them, or do you want me to do that for you?
This is recording, and I'm recording my screen, so I'm hoping between both of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
So, hopefully. I need to find this again and do the, we're upscaling everything today. Oh, come on. It keeps jumping.
Tiny, do me a favor and check your DMs.
Checking.
Which
I
one?
love the green.
Okay, good. That's what I thought, me too.
Okay, I'm doing my first variation of the night because I do like this one. So, oh, well, Sure. Let's see if that... Jen, you should request and come up.
Excuse me.
I have a prompt when we're ready for another one.
Okay. I just put the Queen of Hearts up, so.
I would say no to drugs after school special.
Or say no to drugs until after school special. No, I'm just kidding.
Say no to drugs after school special, that's what I heard.
I know.
That's what I said.
Okay, good.
I like lemonade until after school.
And you joke, but we could actually do that.
Wait until you see it. Now it's actually looking really good.
I don't doubt it. You're an amazing artist.
This is really different from what I usually do, so it's like a challenge almost.
I mean, what's life without some challenges?
Exactly, it's pork.
Okay, you guys, I did a variation of the first one for the say no to drugs, but let me know if you want a variation of any of the other ones. There's this awkward,
Trying to think of something. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm gonna come up with something like super fucking elaborate. Excuse my language. My mouth's so bad today. All day, every day.
When I was a waitress, our bartender once told me that I had a mouth like a sailor and that it was very unbecoming of a lady.
Like,
That should tell ladies what the hell they should talk like. I think ladies are determined by their beauty herself. And we choose our own gender, we choose how we want to emulate that.
100%. I will keep my sailor mouth.
Yeah, you know, funny you say that. I was with my daughter. This neighbor came to smoke with me on my property. And as he's smoking with me, he proceeds to ask me several times, why do I talk like a dog? Well, mind you, I'm trying really hard to stop it because I know I'm in public. Well, with my friends, I tend to be a little more loose, you know? So on the third time that he asked me why I talk like a thug and can I talk like a lady, I said like inside. And I gave him a piece of my mind. Yeah. Like, you don't determine what makes me a lady. I feel that I'm a lady. Just my thought alone, even if my gender assignment at birth wasn't a female, I determine if I'm a lady, and you won't tell me what a lady is. If I spit, that doesn't stop me from being a lady. If I sweat, or cuss, or, you know, I have flatulence, that's not going to stop me from being a lady.
Okay, Danielle said Tea Party Croquet. Or just, are those separate prompts, Danielle? Or...
These cleanup parts are off the chain.
Yeah. Yes, I am finally checking my DMs. Don't mind me. Does anybody want to see any famous people gar?
My dad is Billie Eilish.
What about Billie Eilish?
She loves her. I mean, we all respect her in this house.
Can you do that? We all respect Billie Eilish in this house.
How about like Billie Eilish? Hold on, let's do a good one.
I'm sorry, the Say No to Drugs one came out so funny.
Do you want to see? Because we can re-roll it, like the whole thing, or we could do variations. I did the first one, but like it goes the top right, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can redo the ones that you want. But I'm waiting for the Billie Eilish prompt.
Oh my god, that's so cool. So you inspired my daughter, and she's over here creating some crazy ass stuff on her computer now. Okay.
That's really great. Inspiring people.
I got one for you.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, and you know what? I really appreciate that because I'm knee deep in the industry. I've been doing all kinds of everything with NFT, and my daughter hates everything about it. And right now, she's just over there with a big, huge smile on her face creating art. So I really love you for this. I really do. I really appreciate you. I didn't mean to cut you off, Levitate. It's just
good you did.
I know how to get to teenagers. And I know, like, I've seen her art, like, she draws, and I know what she's capable of, but she's not that easy to show her work. You know, a lot of us, as artists, we tend to be, what's a good word for it? Introverts sometimes. And it's real cool to see her, you know, using her talent right now. I'm really grateful. Thank you, guys.
So can I ask, what exactly are you using to create these art?
I am using Midjourney.
I don't know that. Could you please DM it to me so I could check it out?
Yeah, there's a waiting list, but yeah, you DM me to remind me, and I'll do that.
Thank you.
Did you see my DM art for my next thing? For my next little prompt?
Okay, I'm
Ice cream truck going by over here, so I'm gonna mute up. It's intensified drug-induced wormhole. See what happens.
Levitated, where's your mind at tonight?
I'm working on some trippy shit. That's where it's at.
Nicole might not thank me, but she says she has a massive headache, so that's the prompt we're gonna use. So.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I am from Saudi Arabia.
You got so much echo in your speech, so you gotta check it.
like it's talking for me, mountain from the cave. Yeah. Yeah.
And he left.
Peace. Holla. Deuces. Oh, I'm unmuted. Oops. When I think Alice in Wonderland, I think like mushrooms.
I was making mushroom chocolate today. I'm very appreciative of the mushrooms right now.
Yeah.
I think of tea parties.
Oh yeah.
I think that like says a lot about our personalities. Actually, that could be like a personality test. What does Alice in Wonderland make you think of?
Mushroom.
Bad Bunny, Little White Rabbit. That's what I thought of when she that was it. It was Bad Bunny. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just obsessed with that damn artist. I love their music and shit. When I heard Alice in Wonderland, all I could think of was the little white rabbit causing trouble at the beginning. If it wasn't for that fucking rabbit, she wouldn't have. Oh, sorry for my word. She wouldn't have gone down the hole to begin with. So Bad Bunny, you know.
Don't you know?
How about lucid? I was gonna say lucid. Freaking daughter's like dreaming. So like, how about lucid dreaming?
I will just put in lucid dreaming. Give me a moment though.
Yeah, easy peasy. Coding dreams. That's a nice one. Girl, you got some good ideas. And guys, remember, like, art's putting in all her time to, like, not just make the art, you know, but also comes the hard work of getting it sold. And then they're giving 50% of it to a good cause, which is child abuse. No one really thinks about it until you really think about it. And, you know, a lot of kids are living through that right now. And right now, when the summer comes, I don't know if you guys are aware, but a lot of kids that are abused get most abused during the summer because, one, they're not able to go to school and get away from their parents. And two, there's like food shortage. And sometimes kids go without eating, you know. So it's like a double abuse that happens to them during the summer. And I'm fully aware of that. So I really love what you're doing, man.
Let me find my phone in all of this, but you are the best, Pony. Like, I always tell everybody they're the best, but like everybody is their best version of I don't know. Like, I really enjoy being around you.
I love you too, Pam. And I love what you're doing. You know, the kids are it. It's really about them. All right, so let me go retweet. Or I tried hitting up people in the DMs, and thanks guys for coming out here. Anybody that did, let me go through that again and retweet and stuff like that. Let's get more eyes out here so we can get more people to get involved and hopefully get some of these pieces sold for kids and have a good time while we're doing it. Because I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibe. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is a lot of fun. I can really use this kind of break. I'm going to be in front of my screen now for the next, I don't know how many months.
What is this? Pretend that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just want to say, Art, like, you really inspired my daughter, and like I see a lot of AI because we do, and it's her first day, and I'm just like looking over here at her stuff, and she is kicking ass. She kind of reminds me of like neurohacker style, like, because they're both dark. Like, they don't look anything alike, the pieces, because they don't. But she's really dark, and I didn't really realize how dark my kid is. But right on. You're very nice work.
If she wants to contribute any of those pieces to my art gallery, it is open.
She kind of smiled. That would be hot. I would love it if she decides to. I'll definitely inbox you, man, because like she doesn't really come out of her shell much for anything, and it's good to see her doing this because she's really talented. And I've seen her like draw and stuff, so I would be like, you should do an NFT collection. And she's like, shut the hell up. But she's having a lot of fun with this, so that's good.
Sweet. One day someone cool will talk about an NFT and she'll be like, Mom, tell me about that thing now.
What am I doing?
It just can't come from Mom. It has to come from somewhere else.
Amen, because my parents were squares.
Okay.
She looks at me like a door. I get that. Like a web of people all separated out. Like.
Okay, where did I leave off? I left off at the tea party. Okay, let's see what else. I've tweeted a few things, just not put it into the nest. So, we have the headache, which I feel all of this. We have the wormhole, which is really creepy, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, the tea party's cute.
It's way better than any of the other tea parties I've ever tried to do on Midjourney, and I'm sounding a little like put out about it, but I like the fourth one.
These look to me very much like an Alice in Wonderland tea party, but like it could have gone like British tea. Do you think it's like knows all the other things you're putting in and is like staying on theme?
I think when you don't give it a theme, like it kind of defaults to a certain type of
That makes sense.
You know what I really, really like? This I have a major headache one, the one on the bottom left. Like, that's, like,
yeah. It's more, well, I mean, it's more like real art, if that makes sense. I'm gonna do a variation of that, just to see
The one
how
next to it is so creepy.
Yeah, I wish the one on the mattress.
Yeah, it's like brain, bloody brain.
Yeah. Okay, I am ready for the next prompts, if you are. We are looking for,
piano key euphoria.
Oh, first of all, you're gonna have to say it again.
I just said piano key euphoria.
Okay, we've done that.
Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
What about like 1950s Hollywood glam? That's celebrity, right?
Say so.
That's not how you spell Hollywood. How do you spell Holly? Wow, I didn't. That was. You all don't want to know how I attempted to spell Hollywood. I'm looking to see like what is done. Where are we going? Okay. You'll be disappointed, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I tried my best.
No, it's.
I made an actual a variation of what you said to try to get something that I think you might have wanted. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm just tossing words out there. I'm curious to see what it brings up anyways. I've never really messed around with AI too much.
Oh, but this one's cool. Okay. I'm sorry that I have more visibility than everybody else. Where it is? Oh, you're not gonna be a jerk about it, are you? So, first of all, I'm assuming that Pony got rugged at some point. I just never noticed. Sorry about that, Pony. I haven't been looking. I'm making variations of all of the Hollywood Glam one. Not sorry.
So when you say make a variation, do you like click on one of the images and then click variation? Like, is it that kind of?
Yeah, I can show you what it looks like for me. I'll take a screenshot.
I was trying to do your Discord, but it kept throwing me off of the Twitter. I couldn't get it, like, even without the sound in Discord, I couldn't make it work.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
That's okay. This is fine. Waiting for you to post them.
I can't wait to see the 50s one.
Like, but now I'm the bottleneck. And now I don't.
Bottom? That bottom right wormhole one is gross.
Yeah.
I think they all are, like, kind of. A little bit. Probably let my cat out, you know that, dude.
He's already out again.
I know, man. Now I gotta stay up all night in order to get him. Sorry, I'm muted. Sorry.
I love Levitated Nephew. He's a character.
This little boy is the cutest, I won't lie. You wanna say what's up? You wanna say what's up, Juice? Hey, yo.
I just saw something right over there.
See? Nice.
It was something red with.
Yeah?
I want to draw something. Did you fix it?
No, I didn't fix it.
Then fix it! I want to color.
You heard him, fix it.
Alright.
Yeah, fix it.
Not yet, buddy. Let me finish this piece real quick.
And then I can color something?
Yes, you can do whatever you want.
Then I can color something?
We can pull out a coloring book. You can color on that. Not the iPad, though. Okay.
Why? I want to color on the iPad.
whatever. I'll let you.
Yeah, future NFT creator. You hear him? He loves to color on the iPad. That's what's up. I'm waiting for your collection. I'm not gonna buy. Don't worry, I support you.
Say hi, buddy.
Sorry.
You know what? Maybe you should think of a prompt.
What?
Think of like some of the craziest words that come to your mind right now.
A crazy piano.
Oh, well, no. You can't look at my drawing. Now, think of something else.
I want to draw Lightning McQueen.
Lightning?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, Lightning McQueen, like from Cars?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Bigger.
Ooh, psychedelic Lightning McQueen.
It's not lightning. Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
I like Mater.
Mater.
Major the towing truck? Tow truck?
That's right. The Tow Mater.
Oh, careful. Careful.
Back up. What? What's
Okay.
funny?
Go get the little screwdriver. Go ask.
Why?
Go get me. When you come back with that, I'll fix your toy. Come back, I'll fix your room.
Oh, okay. I was on track to
I
getting.
feel like if your life was a show, he's like the perfect little side character that just like pops in and.
Every time.
Mhm.
He definitely makes my life a little more interesting. I love that little boy.
That's all it's about.
You could tell he loves you too.
Okay. Incoming a bunch of things into the nest because this is tough. I'm sorry, I'm the bottleneck. This made me realize I should have just been taking screenshots the whole time because it has the prompt. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I just realized I was
the
on
cubist
mute.
is cool.
Yeah.
So
Hollywood Glaze.
so cool. That was a great one.
Oh, this one's cool too.
How do I see what we're looking at?
She's posting them up in like the nest at the top of the screen, but you can also go in her Discord to watch her do it. But right now she's posting them on her Twitter feed and then pinning them up at the top of the space.
Oh, thanks. I figured it out. Thank you.
What's that?
I know, that was like a very long, unnecessary way of explaining that.
Oh no, it was very necessary. I have no idea how this works.
What's up, David? Thank you for joining us. I'm trying to approve you, but I can't. Hold on, I don't know why.
It looks like it worked.
There you go.
I don't really know what's going on, but I'm enjoying the posts.
So basically, art inspired by BannedBooks is generating art with an artificial intelligence that we prompt with the words that we're giving them. You know, like we're all joking around, but we're actually also prompting the AI at the same time. And it's creating art for us. And then the art is going to get sold. 50% of it is going to go towards a charity for children that are being abused. And then the other 50 is going to get split up between the people that are prompting or the host and whatnot. So we're having fun, but at the same time we're supporting a good cause. So yeah, very nice.
That's amazing. How does art get generated?
So they're using a program. I'm not sure which one they're using because they said it earlier, and then we started talking about all these different ones, and I don't want to misquote them. But basically, like Starry or like Crayon or any of the other ones that are available right now. And then what we do is we prompt it with words. One of them, which if you look at the last one that we created there, this time they didn't put what it was, but I believe it was.
Yeah, it's there. It's 1950s Hollywood glam. See, it's at the top of the picture.
There you go. And that's what she prompted. So that was what the artificial intelligence created, and it's really beautiful, actually.
And most of them say what the prompt we gave it was.
Yeah, look, they did. I didn't see this one.
Okay.
Oh, can't see it. It's on the picture this time.
Yeah, it's like in the shot, not the post.
Is it better if it's in the post? Because doing the screenshot's kind of easier.
I don't care. It works either way, baby. I didn't see it because I'm old and my eyes are, But I think either way works. I think these are so gorgeous, man.
Oh my god! I just got to the end and saw the ferret, the alcoholic ferret. All right, I have to go, but I enjoyed popping in. Props to y'all for doing this.
Hey, props for coming out. Thanks so much.
I'll say, Art, I actually really, really like the way this Cubist keyboard came out. It's pretty sick.
I thought you would, which is why I changed your prompt for you. I was like, this keyboard is really tame. That's not what we're going for here. So I hope you don't mind. But
no, I
so Jen, sorry, she's my good friend. So what is your prompt?
I've been dying to come up here ever since I heard the ice cream truck. But I was also submitting all my stuff too because I know I've been waiting till the last minute. So I want to do ice cream truck drugsicle instead of popsicle, drugsicle.
I think I'm gonna need to smoke some pot for this space.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Hold on.
Oh, I was supposed to be in another space at 10, but this is so fun.
You might be the only one not smoking pot if you're not.
I'm on my way. How about?
Maybe not.
Yeah. So if you all are enjoying this, we can, do this again sometime. We can figure out times. Yeah.
I'm going to start coding in a few days. So I'm going to be so I'm going to need stuff like this for sure.
I'm happy to run some too, Amy, if you want me to run some at the same time. Like if you want me to take a different prompt, then I can throw them up there too.
Do you have Midjourney, Jen?
No, I would just use Dolly.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You have Dolly. I'm so jealous. Because Dolly could, someone did, the M&M prompt with, M&Ms holding guns, and I tried it with Midjourney, and it was just, the gun logos on M&Ms instead of, the M&M icons holding guns. And I was like, these are different. This is different.
Different.
But, could you have typed in M&M icon holding gun?
I probably could have been M&M character with, anime style characterization, uplight, very detailed, intricate light by Alfonsi Muka. There's a bunch of weird keywords that you can use to get very much a stylistic output. So I think I might be at capacity. It yelled at me last time I tried to, do things. Because so the way that Midjourney works is that at the very end you have your own gallery that I can save things at the end, so I'm not that concerned about saving this. But sometimes they reset the bot so you can't do variations, so I'm more concerned about like making the variations that we want, because like the image itself is saved. I'm just like throwing my phone around now. I'm sorry. None of these look like drugs. I'm sorry, Jen.
I'm trying to run mine too. I'll see what happens.
Yeah. Because like I can run this in Dreams, my Wumbo, and see if this helps. Do we want to be like a steampunk drugsicle or a Providence? I always like the dark fantasy. And now we're just going off the rails because now I have someone that has another type of...
I have one, but it's not really one of the themes. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I want to do all the colors of the rainbow all at once in black and white. Is that too many words?
No, but is there commas?
I want to know if it'll give us rainbow or black and white.
So
I
all
don't think that thing has too many words.
Let me say that back to you, though. I almost wrote black and black. Okay. So all the colors of the rainbow, comma, all at once, comma, in black and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting meta.
I like to do like every once in a while I'm just like in a space and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do that prompt now because we can, and then I'm on relax mode, so it's like half an hour later I'm like, this is no longer relevant.
I was like, I wanted to think of something that like I couldn't guess what it would give, like something that would be like tricky, confusing.
So like every night I say goodnight to ImagineBot, and like half the time it's flicking me off and like killing people, and like the other half of the time it's just like all smiles and rainbows and hearts in his eyes.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, so the Midjourney Discord, they call it the ImagineBot. So I just say like, good night, ImagineBot. I hope you had a good day. And then it just like flicks me off and is like murderous. And it's hilarious, if not a little bit ominous. I think you'll be happy with... I'm happy with this.
I feel like that almost is like Alice in Wonderland-y type of question.
Yeah, like riddles.
Yeah. Right? It doesn't have to be exact, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I really hope that I shared everything. Did I share the truck, or did I just look at it super hard?
Lightning McQueen?
Are you
no.
doing any more prompts?
I am. I have been talking. Excuse me for a moment. I need to figure out what I did. Like, this became... What is this doing? Why would you show me this out of order? Okay. I started doing screenshots instead of saving the prompt, which has the downside of not having the prompt in the file name. So...
This was a really, really cool space, Amy.
Thank you.
It was a cool idea, and you did it great.
I was like, I'm going to be too prescriptive with all of this stuff, and it's not going to be fun for anyone. I'm going to be like, no, we have to do Billie Eilish something or other.
So how did you come up with those 3 different topics?
So I looked up why Alice in Wonderland is banned, and then I picked based off of those themes. So in Alice in Wonderland, there's religious sects that are like, why is this animal talking? Please stop it with the talking animals. And then the whole drug journey, like, let's not glorify drug usage, or like they say that it does glorify drug usage, and then depictions of celebrities, because a lot of the riddles and like the walrus and stuff, like, they depict different famous people of the day. And Clarence Thomas, our Supreme Court Justice, wants to make it easier for celebrities to sue newspapers for libel, so we might not be able to make fun of people soon. So, like, now's your chance. Make Trump a Cheeto or whatever. Also, does anybody have any more prompts?
Well, I mean, she said Alice in Wonderland. I kind of wanted to just put in this little quote that I got from Alice in Wonderland. It's that if I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense.
That's kind of long.
I know. Maybe it's too long. I don't know.
Okay, if I had a world of my own, everything would be made of nonsense?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you give it like ambiguous stuff like this, it actually comes out really good. Mostly because, like, you don't have expectations, you know? Leah, I am trying to add you as a speaker, and Android's doing that dumb thing. So
It didn't work out that way with my last relationship. I didn't really have expectations, but it didn't turn out very good.
So I probably should have mentioned this an hour ago, but everyone that was in the space, actually, I probably should have done a better job of, like, screenshotting whoever is in here. But you'll all be mentioned in the book, in, like, the mid-journey section of, like, people that prompted. So, Pony, what's up? Pony, your hand is raised.
I keep rugging you guys.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I forgot what I was going to prompt it with, because they started over here with like a sibling rivalry, like war from. So. Oh, it was cannibalistic Cheshire, wasn't it?
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be fucking.
That sounds cool.
That's already creepy.
Okay,
yeah,
so
my children are a little on the dark side.
I can't use cannibalistic because it's a banned word on Midjourney, because you're not allowed to do gore or nudity.
That's true. My bad. What was the other one? Let me see. Omnious caterpillar. You can see my kids are a little extra. Yeah, I love them.
It looks like Crayon might accept cannibalistic Cheshire, so I'll try it on Crayon.
It's funny, they both have it. They should be doing it. I didn't tell you, Demon, while you were gone. They got inspired, like, even my team, to, like, start fucking with the AI. So that really made me smile, man. If it wasn't for Ben Books, like, they wouldn't have even, like, picked it up today. So I'm a super happy mom. Thank you. All right.
It's okay. I'm not allowed to say cannibalistic, but I am saying Cheshire cat eating cat, so we'll see.
Yeah, pin it here when you do. Guys, please, I'm dying.
I'm okay with the rainbow one, how it came out.
I'm like blowing up your DMs right now with pictures. I'm sorry, Tiny.
No, I'm loving them, so keep them coming. Oh, yeah.
When you're
I
like,
that version.
what is that output? And then you realize you misspelled caterpillar, so there's that. I redid it.
Guys, I wasn't paying enough attention, and I apologize, but I did send the prompt Tweedledee and Tweedledum in a WrestleMania fight, and I see that the 4 images were put up. How are we feeling about that one? Are we gonna take that further? Because I think it's a pretty good prompt.
We can revisit it. Do you want to do like a certain art style or with an artist?
Are you leaving them as the 4 images, or are you honing in and optimizing one and trying to get to one main image?
Oh, yeah, so all of these are at least getting upscaled. If you want me to redo any of them, let me know. Like, do you want me to, like, re-roll all of it, or do you want me to re-roll just one of them? Because, like, when you re-roll one of it, it's basically, like, taking that as the influence, and it gives you 4 new images.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm just pitching ideas. I don't want to totally direct this thing, but I would say the one where they've got the wrestling ring rope in the image at the bottom left is pretty good. I like that one. Also, if I'm jumping in the middle of something else, I'm sorry. I see that there's a lot going on here, so I don't want to totally scramble up the order here.
I like that one. I missed that when you first posted it, the Tweedledee, I think.
I just feel like a lot of Alice in Wonderland references miss out on mentioning Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they always were my favorite characters. I think they were the highlight of the movie.
In the bottom left, it looks like he's wearing a thong. He's got, like, the whale tail.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm on my way to doing that. I saw another output that we need to show, which is it's really cool. So
Spin-ups, I see you. Poisonous spin-ups. That's probably a good prompt right there. Just their name alone, right?
Poisonous Pinups is my favorite, you guys. I've only got to see him for like a half second at NFT NYC, and I was really bummed.
What? You were out there, right on. And I didn't know you were out there, Poisonous. Right on, man. We should do their name. That alone is like, your name alone is like a prompt itself, Poisonous. You know it.
It's really something you can brag about when you meet someone. You can be like, my name's a prompt.
My name is the prompt. Ooh, I like this one. The nonsense prompt, that was a good one that came out.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of reminds me of the first one we did. What was it? Fantastic or something?
Yeah,
I really
that
liked
was
it.
cool.
It was like one word, but it came out good.
What do you guys like? Which one has been your favorite of the night, if you had to pick one?
I like the queens. The first ones that looked like, I don't know, they were just really, like, kind of dark, but really badass at the same time. And I can't lie, I like Fantastic. Not because it was mine, but just because I like the background. I like a lot of them. I'm not going to lie. There was the ice cream trucks. Sorry, I don't want to keep going.
I like the psychedelic Mad Hatter. I think that one is the most. It makes the biggest imprint in your mind. It's hard to forget, especially the top left.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was trying to hit a lot of hearts. Yeah, I like the Mad Hatter.
Did you
Yeah,
say
I like it a lot.
Sorry, the lower left-hand one you liked for the Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
I think that's the one that's going in the direction of what I was thinking. I was just thinking of those guys in like a wrestling ring.
The Mad Hatter and the Cubism ones stand out because they're so colorful. And so is that Fantastic. They really are. This really is a cool thing. I guess I've never really seen it in action before, but it's cool.
SWAT team in a volcano can sometimes get some interesting results.
Wasn't your first one like crypto vagina or something? I'm sorry.
Crypto vagina. Most of them were not very relevant, but one came out looking. If you knew that's what you typed in, you could see it.
Hey, I know my friends, you know? I remember a lot of you guys, what you do.
Yeah, I do shrooms.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't believe you said that.
Out loud.
I can't believe you said that, Demon. While you were gone, I was saying how my friend sent me like a quarter. It was either a quarter or 3/4 of a pound of some interesting mushroom species. And yeah, so I made some chocolate today. I could send you some if you need, man. I got you.
Well, I'm always down for some chocolate. You appreciate it.
It was the people that East Denver, man. It was all their fault. Yeah, that convention.
It was the East Denver people.
Yeah, everybody was either walking around with the chocolate bars or like giving the sodas. I don't know if you got to try the sodas while you were there. I got to try the sodas.
No, just the CBD sodas.
Yeah, those were good too.
Amy, I got a question for you. When you came up with Art Inspired as like a brand, was it intentionally AI?
No. So, the short answer is no. It was, I had a dream that I bought BannedBooksArt and started this project, and then I woke up and it was available, and I was like, okay, we will go ahead and do this. But then when I was making my my Twitter profile, and I knew that I was going to be in Spaces, and I knew that it's trash and it doesn't show your whole like your name. So I was like, I don't want to be called Banned all the time. So I'd rather be called Art, and then let people try to struggle with the rest of my name. And then my actual name is in my profile, but no one ever says it, and then they act like they're doxing me, and I'm like, it's literally there. So yeah, but the hashtag I did just for this tonight, the BannedBooks AI Art-a-thon, that was on purpose.
Well, you sound a little bit feminine for an Arthur.
So, okay, first of all, I didn't realize that it was a masculine name, but I misgendered a character because it was from the neck up, and I was like, oh, she's so cute, and they're like, it is a man, and so I apologized, but then someone misgendered me, and I was like, oh, well, thank you for going to my profile and seeing that I'm a woman and then misgendering me. That's amazing. I already apologized, so, like, you're a jerk. And then
Arthur is generally a male's name, at least here in America.
Yeah, so then, like, 2 months later, someone was like, that's a very masculine name, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then I felt bad, but I'm not going back and being like, sorry. I guess I am
artists-
handsome.
The artists I knew, though, they all went by Art. So that was their name was Art. That's what they went by. It was short for Arthur. One of them ran for governor. Art for governor.
What do you think of this? Alright, what's up?
What are we looking at?
I just pinned what I think is almost finished for my piece for your gallery.
It's not even full screen, and ooh, that's cool. That's super cool. I'm like literally moving my phone around.
I know, like spinning it in circles. Every single time I zoom out, I like spin it in a circle. I kind of want to make it animated like that.
It makes you nonsense, like, to look at it. It turns you into nonsense, tilting your head.
Yeah, see, this is why AI art is never going to go out of fashion, because, like, there's no way that I could have put anything in a search engine to output this. So, I say that, and then here are the outputs that we've got while we're here talking.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten some pretty amazing outputs.
Yeah, absolutely. I could think of a few that I would definitely buy. Yeah, you did great, and we were having fun while doing it.
I agree with you. Hearts too. They're really striking.
And you got my kids involved, like, boom, beautiful.
This program is such a good rebuttal to anyone who claims that they just don't get art or can't do art or whatever. It's like literally just say a word, and that's where you can start right now. Like and the next word you say will be art. Just watch, and you can. It's such a good like gateway to get anyone into that creative mindset that they seem to avoid because they're too discouraged, I guess.
Actually,
the SWAT team volcano is pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, that's one that I saw a while back ago. I saw, but it probably comes out different every time on every different engine too. But yeah, they all look pretty dope.
I think I'm gonna make those like the pills in there like a little less pronounced.
Have we done one yet that's like falling down the rabbit hole? Like, is there insert something here, falling down the rabbit hole?
We did wormhole. Wormhole.
Wormhole's good.
Oh, yeah, we really didn't do that many, like, of the rabbit one, like rabbit kind of things. I like that fall down the rabbit hole. I bet that would be cool.
Or have we tried putting like Alice in Wonderland as the first half of a prompt and then just some completely unrelated stuff as the second half to see what like a Alice in Wonderland hybrid would be? Like Alice in Wonderland.
That would be cool. Hollywood Wonderland.
Yeah. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland in Hollywood or yeah.
Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, I bet that would be hot, Demon.
Okay. Full disclosure, looking through the Looking Glass, Hollywood Glam. That's what I heard.
That would be cool.
I think it would be better. I'm probably going to write that down and do it later. What was it?
Sorry.
You will see the output of it. Sorry. Do the looking glass in Hollywood. I think something like that. Oh wait, what is this? No. Wait, sorry, I did put that up there twice. I had hand-eye coordination issues.
I'm not getting any of the bits after I joined.
What?
I can't see any of the pins from after I joined.
Sometimes it takes a little, they get like very laggy and it could take like a couple minutes.
I blame Elon Musk.
No, I'm like really wrecking in this space. I feel like I really have been busy. Like I can't post it. I don't know. It's pretty bad.
No, I'm gonna buy a Tesla and burn it just because I'm pissed off.
Think so.
That'll really get to Elon.
I personally think any space that I do, Elon comes and runs in himself because he hates me. But that's only, in my mind. And it's all because we started spreading that rumored NFT demon about how if he has, if he doesn't have $8 billion to solve world hunger, then why is he, buying Twitter for $45 million and then selling me, what was it? I forgot what it's called now, Sapphire or something, Twitter Blue. Come on, man. You can't freaking end world hunger, but you can sell me a new subscription, right? Fucking dick.
To counter that, there isn't just like a amount of money you can pay to solve world hunger, because it's a lot more.
Actually, they gave him a price tag. He said, "Give me a price," and they did. They gave him $8 billion, and he.
But it's a distribution issue. Like,
I get that. We can all make reasons, but I just don't know. Like, I used to have a lot of love for him and a lot of respect.
I have no love for him. I'm just saying that's a huge problem.
It was his fault. I'm pointing the fingers directly at Demon. Like he was like, "Yo, how did he get to be a billionaire? You got to be a dick somewhere." And I thought about that, and it does make sense. Like, I will never get to being a billionaire, and I do plan on creating a whole lot of wealth, but I'm never going to get to the point of that. You know why? Because I'm not going to amass it at any point. I'm always going to be giving it away. I'm always going to be looking for solutions. I'm always going to be looking at something else I could solve for a couple of bucks than thinking about how I'm going to put it in an account for myself. So it's just never going to get to that point.
I kind of feel like debating this because, one, they told him the number that it would cost, and then he said, if you can show me how to spend the money, I'll give you the money.
But they showed him. They gave him a detail. No, they did. They gave him a detailed itemized statement.
Absolutely. And he walked away. He declined. He gave the time to run out. But a couple of weeks later, he did buy Twitter right here that we're on for $45 billion. So you can't solve world hunger for $8 billion, but you could buy Twitter for $45 billion so you can sell me a subscription. I hope you're listening. Fuck you. And I'm sorry for the kids in the room. My kids are in the room, so sorry for the profanity. But give me that kind of money. I'm going to show you what I'll do with it. I show you. Let's go, toe to toe. Give me the same kind of money, put it in my account, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I won't even talk about it.
So you don't think you should... Sorry.
That's $1,000 million.
So you don't think you should get some positive credit for the things he has solved, like Starlink?
I do. I did. I tried to do that. I did. But somebody really shut me down when they showed me the facts that it takes a whole lot to amass that kind of a fortune, and then you're not displacing it. You understand what I'm saying? I know I understand what I'm saying.
I totally... Go ahead.
It's not like his fortune isn't like cash money that he's been paid by people. It's investments in his company. It's the evaluation of a company.
I agree.
The companies he bought, by the way, those are not his inventions either. Just so you know. Look at how he's treated a lot of his employees. I think that's sensible.
Amen. And, at the end of the day...
I feel like people get a lot of hate for trying to do the right thing because they didn't do other right things. I mean, there's a lot of people that are very sinister that are behind closed doors, right? Elon's like a showman. He's right out in the open and very.
I don't know
his persona, and he gets a lot of hate. I think for.
I don't know that. I don't know that because I had a lot of respect for him until I started really thinking about the fact that he bought Twitter for $45 billion, but when he was actually given a solution, he really just walked out the door on that. And that kind of bothered me as a humanitarian and as a philanthropist because, you know, you had to make that fortune from someone. You had to extract it. Kind of like when people are mining diamonds and people are mining gold, you had to extract it out of the people that you right now are not doing anything for. Like, I'm just saying, if you can extract that much out of the very people that support and love you, then you should be giving back. And that's the way I see it. If you have that kind of fortune that you can make or break an entire planet, you should be giving back. If you have the kind of fortune that you can basically create countries and more than one country with that kind of fortune, you should be giving back. You don't even have the time on this earth to spend the kind of fortune that he has. Why is he not creating more solutions? You know what I'm saying?
But he also did not actually spend 45 or 44 billion or whatever. He actually leveraged money, took loans, all this crazy stuff. I think he's only spending a little bit of it. I completely agree with what you're saying, but that's also like another sketchy part. If you're really rich, you don't even need money to buy stuff. You just leverage the other things you have and you don't have to sell them.
That's how you get really rich. There's no way to be a billionaire above water. There's just not one. You can't do it without stepping on people. Like, all of those major corporations have sweatshops, they have whatever. Like, you can't absolve yourself of that. I really don't have a ton of opinions on Elon Musk, so I'm kind of out on this conversation, but I think like billionaires in general, unless you were just like born into it and happen to have it, like, you can't get that by being a decent human being. It's not even about like spending it after. It's just like amassing that level of power. It just corrupts.
His first big sale came from inventing PayPal, though, and then selling that company.
I get that, but both of these guys, you guys made really good points. You guys are the ones that said pretty much the same thing. You hit the nail on the head right now for me, and so did Demon when they said the same thing. I think that it was you that was just talking, Jen, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're 100,000% right. There's no way that you can amass that without somehow having being you know, a jerk somewhere along the line, you know, because I can't even see me getting to $1 million. You know, I've already spent $1 million, but I don't have $1 million to show for it. And a lot of people tell me stuff like, you know, they're kind of rude in sometimes in Web3, you know, like they'll tell me shit like, well, if you're poor, then why are you like giving so much? And if you're poor, then why are you like, you know, because that's kind of the reason why I stopped putting up any of the videos or telling anybody what I do, because I do a lot of out of pocket, like it has not even, you don't even know. But, you know, a lot of people criticize me for that. Like, my kids aren't doing that well. How come I'm, like, always helping other people? You know, I should take care of my own kids. And, you know, I'm never going to understand what it's like to have fortune. I'm never going to know what it's like probably to be a millionaire, because before I can do that, there's so many things that I can solve. You know what I'm saying? Like, just so many. Living here in Florida last week, there was flooding every single day in these poor neighborhoods. There was kids walking to their toilets in like 3 inches of water, and I'm not playing with you. They really were. There's people going into their kitchen in 3 inches of water, you know, and it's the poor neighborhood, so you know there's also rats and dog shit on their damn lawn, you know, and that's going into their neighborhood. I mean, that's going into their living room, that's going into their bathrooms. And the landlords aren't going to do anything about it. You know, the cities aren't going to do anything about it. They're collecting their money. This is Miami. This is the second most expensive city to live in the world. I mean, not the world, but the country right now. So you think they're really going to be concerned with some poor people? They're not, you know, and I know I would. So there you go. There would be another reason why I wouldn't have money in my pocket that day, you know, like, and there's so much that these people can be doing. They're actually making the money off the very people that we're talking about, you know. They really are. Maybe not specifically, Elon Musk, because he is a little bit on the higher end with his fancy products. But somebody like Amazon, they used him in this neighborhood continuously every single day. But is he making any of the solutions for people like that? I mean, some of the only people that we know that are really making solutions are like Warren Buffett, and he was giving a lot of it to, and I know a lot of people don't like the Gates family. They're controversial as hell. But at least they have funds that you can look at that have their names on it that are literally going to other people. What can we say is really Elon Musk that he is giving back?
Well, he hooked up Ukraine with Starlink as soon as the war broke out.
He hooked them up with Starlink so that they continue to use
Not
his
to
product?
not to
Wow,
break
that's
up this
amazing.
this political
but
discussion.
Starlink, even as a concept, is a really good idea. Like giving Wi-Fi access to every single corner of the planet. Like you could be in the middle of the ocean and still have access to Wi-Fi is a huge step forward.
I agree with Art.
But like, wouldn't it be cool if we all had it?
Yeah, sorry, not to break this up, but have you seen what the pinned tweets lately?
Yeah, I agree with Art. How do we get off the subject? But at the same time, still, then again, there goes Elon Musk creating another way for his enterprise to succeed. He's giving away free Wi-Fi, but now they're his clients. Duh. Anyways, so back to the art.
So I made Billie Eilish go down the rabbit hole, but she's actually just in a rabbit suit, so sorry
Yeah,
about
that was
that.
pretty sad. I felt so bad when I was like, man, they just made her look really bad.
I'm obsessed. This is awesome.
I like
She
the
looks
bottom
like a
left one,
rabbit.
where it's like a rabbit halo almost.
Yeah, so if you want to take any of these pony and like fix the eyes or like, because a lot of the times these like the AI is cool and everything, but like
Yeah, the
you have to
faces
touch it
are
up. Yeah.
smudged. Always.
Like I'm fine with
I think it's got some charm to it. The wonky eyes. I think it like adds to the AI element of it.
Hey, yeah, if you want any of them that you want to tweak out, just throw them at me. Like, if I have time this week, I'll do them, and then they'll, so you can sell them or whatever. Yeah, no problem. This is the week to do it before I start looking at numbers and letters all crunched together.
Yeah, so I think well, we have a lot of things in progress, but I'm ready for a couple more Imagine prompts. By the way, I know it was going to get lost in the shuffle, but we're looking for anthropomorphic animals, drug trips, celebrities as
Okay, I got a
themes.
prompt. Can we do Wonderland in Alice?
I like that. I feel like it's gonna come out so creepy.
Creepy.
Oh, I was like, this bitch, she did this thing and I want that art, and then it's mine. It's ours. I'll give you the this came out really okay. I'm like tooting my own horn over here, but what? Okay. The screen, like I went to go do a screenshot and it went from like my cool art to like an obese person. I'm not even kidding. So
Hey, I like them to have a little extra.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that except for when I'm trying to take a screenshot of something really cool. And I'm just gonna do a variation of all of them. Screw it, I like this. Sorry, it wasn't even a specific prompt from anybody.
Oh yeah, and anything at all, I just want to donate it back to the kids. I want to do something again soon, like I did for the family out in Gambia, but like something different, like maybe like a generative art collection, and give it all to like the kids in this specific neighborhood. Yo, these kids need like an area to sit in, man. They're getting like roasted out here all the time. I swear. And they all gather on my porch. I'm like, get off of here. Like, go find a place to be. You know you have another home. Just kidding. They're welcome here, but you know what I mean. They need some things, man. It's awful out here, and I don't have that kind of bread, so I'm thinking of like putting together a little collection like I did for the family out in Gambia, and like letting them have 100% of it, man.
Oh, you know, it's getting late enough that I'm like, wow, this is such a cool output, and it's mine. It's my output. Wonderland and Alice was I like it. You'll like it too. I guarantee it. All of these are cool. So you're only allowed to have 3 concurrent jobs at any one time, but I'm just like, all 8 of these options, I want all 8 of them, which is
wow.
Upgrade, update, version, like just getting variations of all of them, and then I'm gonna re-roll this because it's really cool. So yes to all of this. Oh yeah, it's definitely erroring out and telling me to like to stop and like chill out, but yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna chill out for a second while we catch up because I got really excited about the outputs of this. But look at the variations of Lady Gaga as a cyberpunk psychedelic.
Yeah, I love this. This is gorgeous. The colors, I don't know which one I like the most. I like them all.
I'm leaning to the green hat at the bottom right for my favorite, but I do like them all, yeah.
Be prepared to see 16 of the same thing. I'm so sorry. Like, sometimes you do the variation and it's better, and then sometimes it's just, like, way worse.
I don't know if I showed any of you guys, but I sort of was playing around with Midjourney, and what I used it for, I've been sort of promoting and talking about this Bigfoot movie that I'm going to be producing this in July, and I used Midjourney to do some concept art for it, sort of to show some of the weird Bigfoot things, were basically the made-up stuff that we're adding to the Bigfoot lore. So I can pin that to the top. It's my one venture into the Midjourney.
Do that and then contribute it to our thing. We will make up a category for it. Put it under anthropomorphic animals because Bigfoot is an animal. I just don't want to, like, not all of this is going to wind up in the art gallery, or it's going to be like a Midjourney gallery. But you know, having more than 3 art pieces in a gallery is probably the best choice for everybody.
There's only 4, and I did mint them as NFTs as well. So I don't know if that is better for the gallery if they're already on the blockchain, or if it's if you want something original. Or
So it doesn't have to be original. And if it's on the blockchain, give me, like, there's a Google Doc, and just give me all the information. It'll link directly to your, to where it's being sold. So, yeah, like, basically, I want to help individual artists because they let me take 100% of the profits from the tickets. So, that's the business arrangement that we have.
That's super sweet. Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely I'd be honored, to be honest, if you wanted to include these. I was just kind of sharing them with you guys, but yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, like, absolutely. I was challenged in my DMs today about my business model. They're like, what if people give you the art? And I'm like, if this was like a charity gallery and it was happening once, I could do that. But this is monthly. Like, I can't ask everybody to create art for free monthly and give it to me. Like, that's not sustainable. That's not, like, that's like a Web2 thing to do. So, just in my opinion, I'm going to be working with this person in the future, so it's not like a bad suggestion. But I would rather just be like, oh, and now we have a merch shop, and if you really like the print and like the artist agrees for the print, like, we're splitting the profits between the artist and BannedBooksArt. That way, things cost money, which is like most of the stuff, the rewards for the gallery are virtual. But like, if you really want a shirt that has that print on it, I'm not going to stop you. And that way, like, the artist gets the profit from their art being sold. It's late enough, I'm not sure if I'm rambling or not.
I think you're providing a really cool opportunity, so I wouldn't consider what you're doing too Web 2. I think if it was just for you to see, that's one thing, but if you're partnering with a bigger brand and getting into galleries, and this is all a whole ordeal, that's not a bad offer that you're providing.
No, the Web 2 part is like making people do art for free for like every month, the AI is going to do it for her.
Well, is there like a certain number of pieces that you need to create every month? Because the AI thing could be like a cool way to fill in the blanks of like meeting your quota.
It is the quota.
So I do not have a quota because I'm making my own VR world. Like, I'm a programmer, I'm creating it from scratch. So last time I was able to use like Unsplash photos and things from Thingiverse models because it was Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. So it made sense to have like the courtyard with like the stone animals. So I had like 28 artists the first time. So I was hoping to be able to show like, 50 pieces this time. And, as we build reputation, hopefully it'll be like a steady amount of artists and people will have like a good experience with the gallery. Like, I know that I don't have the reputation and I'm definitely like, I don't have any budget for this, but like, I can continue doing spaces and like putting it onto different media things and like getting like the passive income and just like building the reputation until this becomes bigger.
I think you've got a good reputation. I've seen you around a lot of spaces, and it's always been very positive. And I think your art's always been very well received. So I think that you're probably better off than you're leading yourself to believe.
I have not even checked to see if we made any sales tonight for anyone buying a ticket to the gallery. I've just been having fun.
Yeah, I've been distracted, but we'll definitely show them, and we'll definitely come out them and for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been having fun. It's been cool. I wasn't even retweeting as much. It's kind of small. You know what I've been noticing? All rooms, like all spaces, have been getting really small. Even like skirt. Like, I know the other day I was in there and then I left and then he like rugged, so he like DM'd a couple of us and like, you know, come back or like whatever. So I go back in there and I was there for a minute and it never got above like 40 or so, 45, 15, not even 50, which is crazy because his spaces are usually hundreds of people. In fact, when he rugged, we were like I'm pretty sure when I left, they were like at about 100. So I don't know. It's just spaces have been getting really small. I don't know what's up with that. And ruggy.
Honestly, I think a lot of people were like out of pocket because of NFT NYC. Because I know a lot of people stayed through Sunday, and there was just so much going on. Like that was the first time I've gone 5 days without being in a space since I found Spaces. It was weird, you know. And not that everybody was there, but it.
I take conventions into account. I go to conventions. I didn't go this one because I'm kind of busy, but like even East Denver, like there was like that's when I was doing a lot of spaces actually, and I had like maybe 100 followers, and my spaces would be like 30 some people. It's gotten smaller. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the spaces themselves are getting like ruggier and like not allowing you. And there's another thing I'm noticing too. It's like Twitter is unfollowing certain people. Like sorry about my dogs. I have like 5 dogs, and right now they're going nuts. For my daughter to go over there. But yeah, I've noticed also, like, for instance, I wasn't following Skirky, which is weird because I've been following him for like ever and ever and ever since like back in like the 1,000 people or something. And somebody was like in the space and they were talking to me and they were laughing. They're like, yeah, I know that's not right because like they're actually a holder of mine. And they're like, I'm following Pony and it says I'm not following her. And it's been happening to me too. Like I'll go in certain people and I'll see like NFT Demon today again or yesterday again, and I wasn't following him again. And it's like somebody I know in real life. Like I know that I'm following them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm noticing that like they're limiting spaces, they're rugging spaces, and it's unfollowing certain people. Or I don't know if it's people that are important or if it's just the people that I'm noticing because I chill with them, but it's definitely like unfollowing people.
That's kind of a nice thing for Twitter to go through that kind of phase though, because then we can just quickly unfollow all the people we secretly don't like but don't want to tell them. And then we've all got the like excuse, oh no, Twitter was just being weird in June. What are you talking about? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, right. Nah, fuck you, Demon. If I don't want to follow you, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. It's it really was like I don't know. Like I don't know what it is. Like certain. I don't know if it's doing it to like every single person or if it's people with like a lot of numbers. Because I know that Skirp has a lot of numbers. I know that NFT Demon has a lot of numbers, and there was somebody else. But I don't know. I just noticed that it'll unfollow people that I know I am following, and vice versa. People tell me that's weird. I was following you, and now I'm not following you.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have. I can't. I feel like I've had Twitter unlike stuff. Like I feel like I've seen tweets that I knew I liked and they haven't been liked anymore. But I don't know about the unfollowing. But then maybe I just haven't noticed either. So I can't say that it's not happening.
So I think we might be back in. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not good. Hold on a second.
I know the eyes can sometimes be a problem on the the images, but I think the Lady Gaga in the top left, the very top left of the 16 frames, I think her eyes are actually what makes that image. They're like really weird. The one where they're like purple and they look like they have like spider webs below them almost.
I'm sitting over here talking on mute. I was agreeing with you. They're very, very cool. Also, you guys, there's a good chance I'm going to fall asleep in the next 15 minutes or so. So if I stop responding, you know why.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's off the chain. A bunch of these.
I like the Lady Gagas that are like in dresses, not just the face. Those are cool.
Wow, I agree, and then I like the faces too. So I don't know. They're badass, man. The green hat, but I think the top hat ones. Oh man. Or the ones with the pinkish collared looking thing. I know which one he's talking about with the purple eyes. That's pretty crazy. Or the one right under it. Is that like green smoke coming out of her mouth? What the fun? These are cool. I think you did some great art today. Art. I think you nailed it with a lot of these pieces, and hopefully you'll get some good results.
Yeah, I think unless anyone else has any prompts for me, we can start winding down the space. So, does anybody want to show their own stuff really quick? Because, like, I don't know, we've kind of been doing, like, my art in, like, air quotes all night.
I'll show the thing I made for your Alice in Wonderland gallery.
Do it. It's so awesome. I'm in love with it.
I'm still, like, working on it, so I mean, if it's already done, that's fine, but I might be sending you another final version. I keep playing with the box and moving things around. Where is it? I've posted so many things today, oh my god. Okay.
So, Zeke just requested to speak. Do you have a prompt for me?
I just see Pony and you. I just joined the space. I don't know what you guys talking about. Sorry.
What's up, Zeke? Well, Zeke is always
I'm good.
really good causes, and they do a lot of good stuff for good causes. So this is probably right up your alley, Zeke. Basically, what art is doing is generating the art with AI, right? Based on the themes that were. Well, you explained it really beautifully why you chose those themes from Alice in Wonderland. So you can do that so much better than me. But yeah, let her tell you.
Yeah, I'm working on the heat rising issue. You know, I live in India, so in this part, the temperature is rising, you know, every day. So, you know, the people, you know, just see as a casual thing, but you know, it's a big thing, and you know, it is affecting the production of the food. So that's so nice if I can, you know, help you in any way.
Well, what she's doing is providing 50% of what is generated of the profits to child abuse and to a organization that is in the what do you call it? in the first pinned thing on the jumbotron. And so basically, we're using artificial intelligence to create art that we prompt, like with some of the words we've been using, and they're related to. She explained it best. Hollywood celebrities, anthropomorphic animals, and like drug trips, and these were all like themes from Alice in Wonderland. And you know, as it was banned, a banned book, they're all about books that were banned and bringing them to light and So they created a gallery that will be hosting these images so people can purchase them, and then 50% of it is going to go to the cause, which is child abuse. And then the other 50% is going to be split up between the host and, you know, I'm sure, I don't remember now, were you also going to be doing it with the person that prompted? I don't remember now. All right, you probably explain this.
So I can donate like my 50% from the sale to your, you know, to your project, if you don't mind.
That is a very generous offer. I'm not sure if I'm understanding your offer exactly, but
I said that we are doing in a different way. So, you know, I also try to sell my, you know, just to aware people. So those like, if I get some sale, I just donate my 40% to the, you know, to the community. So I can donate to your because you are doing a great job, and you know, I don't mind that if I can donate my 40% or 50% to you.
yeah, I mean, just buy a ticket to the art gallery.
It's
from
sure. But tell me the link. Like, how can I visit your gallery?
So it is BannedBooksArt. It is in my profile. You can click on it.
Oh.
It's also in my pinned tweet, but yeah.
Again.
The tickets are tiered, so it's between $1 and $125, and the things that change are the benefits that you get from purchasing it. For example, for $1 you get admission into the gallery, and for $125 you get a bookmark and a fresh custom labeled beverage. And we're going to have everyone that submits their art to my virtual reality gallery, they have the option to be included in the museum shop. So if someone purchases art, like, you know, a print that has their art on it, we will be splitting it equitably, but like the profit equitably, because, and then the higher ticket you purchase, the bigger discount you get in the shop, because you've paid a lot of money. So basically, I'm saying that things cost money. I'm sorry. That's just how this works. So if we want to keep it very charitable, this is how we keep it profitable for everybody and equitably profitable. So if you have art that you want to contribute, I will definitely take it. If you don't think that it fits the theme, guess what? It does. It just, we will work on the description and I will find a place for it. This isn't me being desperate. This is me being like, I want the community. I don't want it to just be like 100% me using Midjourney and creating a bunch of art. Like, that's not what this is about. This is about, you know, getting as many eyes onto the project as possible, where, like, we'll get people that don't normally use NFTs or, like, just outside of this circle, like, looking at your art. And, like, you know, like, how when you go into these spaces, your art goes into the nest, and then the nest looks like right now. Like, the dots are really small. Like, nobody's going through the entire thing. But with my VR gallery, like, people can walk around it by themselves, and they can observe your art, and if it really speaks to them, there's going to be a button that they can click, and it goes directly to wherever your art is sold. And that way, you know, you let me use your art for free. 100% of the sales are yours. Like, if you want to donate it to charity after that, that is on you. But that is my philosophy on this. I will have people paying for attending the gallery, and then if people like it and they want the merchandise, we'll take a percentage of it. But other than that, like, you know, you're being very generous with your time and your effort, and I just want to make it so that everybody has a good time.
Definitely. I will contribute, and I just have some people in Japanese community and Indonesian community. So I will send you a link. So today, if they do spaces, I just want that probably you will share what you are doing. I'm sure that many people will try to join your things, and I will support you. My best. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. Also, please talk me up because, like, for some reason, I cannot tell my pitch in less than like 5 minutes. And I do, like, for some reason, like, people don't understand it the first time I say my pitch. And then, like, a month later, they're like, oh, that's what you do, and that's really cool. So, like, I don't know what's up with me. I'm really trying to get my pitch out the door so that, we're not here for 20 minutes me explaining this, but
what's a good exercise that you should try is a 15-second chill. I think it was the best thing I did, because in 15 seconds you could barely say a word, but you could figure out
15 second is too
but it
too
will
slow,
teach you how to make your longer one, but it will show you what are the main points I need to make, what are the 3 to 5 most important things if I could only say like a literal elevator ride. That's how I got mine solid.
Yeah, I will try that because I've had help in other spaces, and I'm like, I definitely have notes from it, but it's like, you are the best at what? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like a community thing, or we're doing community stuff, and like, I'm here to like hold hands with people, and like, I don't really have a monetary goal. I just want to like be happy. And they're like, no. You need to be the best, and you need, like, who is your audience? And I'm like, people that like art. And they're like, not good enough. And I'm like, I don't know.
They sound a little toxic. They sound maybe like I told you earlier today, put a little sugar, because they're sounding a little toxic. Yes, I get it. You want to have all your pitches down and all that, and make it as profitable and the other, but you also got to have a little fun with it, and I think you're doing great. One, and I think Afro already left, but like I was saying to Afro, I was on a call with him earlier today, like, we are the creators right now of what we're doing. We are like pioneering some of this stuff. Girl, you are pioneering some of this stuff, even though you don't see it right now. I have a lot of respect for you. You don't have to like fit anybody's cookie cutter. You're doing amazing. You're the creator right now of your own project, of your own whatever it is that you guys are developing right now. And you don't have to go by any book or like any cookie cutter right now. It's really all up to the creators and the developers right now, what they want to do and what direction they want to take their projects and their artwork in, and just go with it, because at the end of the day, nobody else is really doing anything right now. We're just starting all of this stuff. It's in its infancy, and there's so much that's going to be done still. We might be pioneering it, but it's actually the kids, that are going to run with this stuff. So, don't let them knock you. You're doing amazing.
I want to add one more thing, that sometimes your intention are good, people will connect with you. So I feel that your intention is good, so don't worry about that. Things will they take time to just go in a flow, so don't worry about that.
So
what's the sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say that you should look at the latest pin tweet when it manifests. Chris was like, my phone died, sorry, and I was like, no prompt given to me tonight is safe.
I see. You. Literally the dead phone, right?
Anyway, Brett, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I definitely appreciate what you were saying. It was a nice preface before the pin made its way up. I was just going to ask, it's probably written down somewhere, I could just look it up, but what's the deadline for getting you an Alice in Wonderland piece?
So, the official deadline is June 30th, which isn't amazing because it's 2 days from now. But, just get it to me before the end of this weekend. So like the 3rd. That would be great. Because I'm going to be at a farm in Tennessee, so I'm not like... I gave myself 2 weeks to get the VR gallery together between like when the art is due and when it's going in the VR gallery. So I'd really appreciate if, you could get it to me by then.
Yeah, no, I got an idea for how I can contribute a piece for your gallery, and I can get it done by the 30th, no problem.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Let me know if you need me to DM you about, to like remind you.
I would just need whatever wallet you want me to send it to.
Oh, please don't make me the owner of any of this. Mint it for yourself, and then just follow the Google Doc and let me just display it.
Well, you can display the Bigfoot ones, but are you, like, if I made just a one-of-one piece that was just a donation to the project, and if it got sold, it would be towards your project, and if it didn't, you could just whatever with it?
I mean, someone else asked me to do that, and I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to make a wallet, and then I just never did. I'm sorry. I have, like, a phobia of logging into banks and like checking my email, so it's really hard for me to be a business owner, but I will get this, just let me know what kind of wallet I need to make, and I'll try to get that done.
Yeah, don't be afraid. It's not at all like banks. It's really different, and you don't need to give it any information at all whatsoever, not even an email. You're going to be straight. It has no way to identify you. But then again, it's very transparent at the same time, which is a wonderful thing, because you can't feel bad. I know how that feels, because a lot of people have donated like NFTs to the kids and stuff like that for the NFT Kids project. And right now, like, I'm doing a Friday, and one of the people that's in the community wanted to donate NFTs, and I'm like, yo, wait, no. When we do a giveaway, we'll have them send you their wallet address. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even want to hold on to it. I know how you feel, but there's so much transparency behind it that you'll never have to feel guilty in any way, because everything that they donate, people will be able to like see it like on an Etherscan. So you don't have to like feel guilty, and everything's there. Everything's always open. And at the same time, you don't have to give it any of your real personal information like a bank. It's just something that exists on your browser, if you get what I mean. You know, you're a programmer, so it's basically just something that exists on your browser, and literally the minute that you transport the wallet, it's no longer the same wallet. It's actually going to be like a mirror of it, if you know what I mean. So it's actually really, really safe. It's one of the safest. Actually, not these. I think cryptocurrency is the safest and the best form of exchange that we've ever created. You know, the best means of paying one another that we've ever created so far. I like it very much, and I'll fight with people all the time that don't understand it, and I get it. It's got a lot of like negativity right now, and a lot of like misinformation, and a lot of people are just not knowledgeable. But I think once they see the transparency of it, and at the same time the anonymity of it, if that makes sense, the duality, but it really does make sense. I think people will like it a lot more.
Brett, is this a subtle I should open up a GameStop wallet?
That's the one I would recommend. I think it's the best wallet out there. And as far as the bank thing, it's really like becoming a bank. It's like you get to be your own bank, and you have complete sovereignty over your own assets. You have complete sovereignty over your own finances. There's no such thing as someone who can hit a switch somewhere in some program and cut access like they can with your actual bank account, or no such thing as these 3-day wait periods, clear the check, none of that. The second you receive money, it's yours. The second you send it out, it's gone. The second you buy something, it shows up. The second you sell something, it's gone. Like, there's just no middlemen involved, no intermediaries. So it's like a really huge, like it's really empowering, to be honest. You lose that feeling of like concern about what like probably all the reasons you don't like banks. Just all of that goes away. All those worries about someone messing with you or whatever. And Pony's right. Like what might seem like a disadvantage is that there's no privacy, and that everyone has access to seeing what happens on the different transfers, and like people know if you send money or receive something. But when everyone's playing with their cards down, it's different. It's not like you're the only one, right? It's kind of like you look at casinos and everyone's playing blackjack and they're all holding their cards to their face. And it's like, you guys, you're all playing against the house. Why are you not showing each other your cards? Where it's just kind of like everyone agreeing, okay, let's all just look at our own, like everyone just whatever, let's just show each other. And it's just rather than the lowest guys, like the guy with the lowest amount of money, he doesn't get bullied, he actually gets supported. It's like a good way of seeing who needs the help, who needs the support, and who's lying, like because you just can't lie to people. You can't pretend you have something you don't. You can't pretend you have more than you do. You can't make a deal and say, hey, I'm going to send you all this money, when people can be like, look, you don't have that money, I can see your bank account. Like, it just it really is going to make the world a lot more honest. And everyone that gets plugged into this, just you don't have the choice. You have to become more honest, because you just don't have a lot of those kind of sinister behind closed doors mechanics that used to be are currently available and really exploited by the corrupt powers that be.
I love the way you put that. That is exactly what I've been trying to tell my friends, and a lot of them don't want to hear it, but it's that is it. It's the time has arrived that you have to be transparent. Now, the other thing, though, it's a transparency at the same time of being anonymous, because your wallet is not necessarily tied to your birth certificate name. You know what I'm saying? It's not your government. It's not your government at all. That's the whole thing. It has nothing to do with the system, and that's what scares a lot of people. But it's actually beautiful, and I love the way you put that. For the corrupt, because it's going to end a lot of it, and I believe that's really what they're scared of right now. I think that the reason why the United States, for instance, is not supporting cryptocurrency more from day one is because of the same reason why we were trying to occupy Wall Street. If we look at it, it was actually occurring almost simultaneously, the advent of cryptocurrency with the people occupying Wall Street and Anonymous, and them trying to get rid of those type of people that were bringing that transparency even in government to others. And they're afraid, like if you think back to how we even created the monetary system that we have now, then you have to take into account the thousands of years of fiefdom and landlords, and you have to take into account all of the ways that they leveraged it for themselves and created a wealth that was not a level playing field for themselves, and then brought that even over to our standards of living here in the United States. And how did they do that? Well, through greed, through enslavement, through land appropriation, through genocide, and through all kinds of other disgusting things that we don't even want to talk about in space because people don't want to face it. But those are the things that created the monetary system that we have in place now. So if you try to displace that, and you try to displace that power, it's not going to be easy. And unfortunately, those are the very same people that are probably in the position to mislead you and misinform you about cryptocurrency. But the truth is that it is very transparent. It is the best way that we have created of paying one another, or means of exchange, or however you want to put it. I'm teaching people in Gambia right now how to create something out of thin air that is now an asset that can empower them and their government, and no one else can take it away from them. And so long as they can access it through some kind of electronic device and check on it and access it, they can actually take it and use another platform and sometimes, someday they'll be able to do it right there in their wallet. That's coming real soon. But they can take it now and like to another platform, like say Coinbase, and convert it right then and there, and then go to their bank and cash out and eat, literally, which is something you couldn't do before.
Yeah, I've got a Visa card. You can just transfer your crypto right onto a Visa card, and anywhere you can use a Visa, you can spend your crypto.
Amen. Well, it's a little harder for them because, like I said, they're out in Gambia, so what they have to do is like convert it into I forgot the name of it, but their currency, and then from there into their bank account, and then go and extract it, which is a little different, but it's the same thing. It's the same concept. Like, they don't use a piece of plastic, but they still go to the store on it, right? And we can empower people to do that, which is a lot of what I'm trying to do right now, and what I'm trying to accomplish even in my projects. Sorry, I need to drink some damn water every once in a while. We've been at this for a minute. But yeah, the things that we can create right now, literally as creators, we can either do it to grab some cash bags and like make money off the people that are empowering us, and extract some more, or we can actually create these assets and then show these people how to leverage that to make it even more valuable, if that's what you want to call it, even more wealthy, and show them how to go from literally thin air that you created it. Like the AI that we created today, the art that we created today was literally out of thin air. I mean, wasn't it? It's not like it's existing in our hands. We're not really touching it right now. And these are assets that we can sell now on the blockchain, so we can benefit the kids that we're trying to benefit, that art inspired by Banned Books is, trying to do. And it's the same thing, the same concept. I created a collection for them, and that wasn't like even fast enough. What's even better is like kind of teaching them to fish, you know what I mean? And like letting them do it for themselves. And there's so many ways that we can take what we are creating now. And that's why I was like not trying to argue before about the Elon thing. It was just more like, if you really understand, after creating a few tokens or whatever, like you start looking at economics a little bit different, and you start realizing, well, they were just creating dollar bills out of freaking thin air too. And the only reason why it has any value is because we, the consumer, are willing to dance for that dollar. And literally I was, because I was a dancer for a long time. So we were willing to dance for that dollar, and that's why it's worth something. But if we weren't willing to dance for the American dollar anymore, it wouldn't be worth a damn shit. It wouldn't be worth the paper that it's printed on. And that's just the freaking truth about any currency. And so by creating like we're doing now and making value to the assets that we're creating, and showing the people that we're creating it for how to leverage it, we're going to change destinies. Like, not just change lives, like we can change destinies if we if our heart is in the right place.
Yeah, well, I mean, the beauty of crypto, I mean, all, like American, the USD, our Canadian dollar, all current government-issued currencies are just sort of run on this trust me bro system, where everyone assumes the government is telling the truth about how much they've printed and how much they're reporting and all these other things, but it's really just, it's like trust me bro. And with crypto, it's locked into the code exactly how much is in the supply and exactly where it is, and there's no, you don't have to believe anybody. It's just there. Like, you can just see, and it's not like any one person can literally scan all of Bitcoin and know where every single Bitcoin is. But if you were ever curious about like where some, like, for example, if politicians ran on like with wallets like this, you would know where all their funding came from. You would be able to see which politicians got $3 million donations and which politicians got $1 million $3 donations, and you would know based off that who's got more people supporting them versus who's got.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I was just trying to do hearts because you're so on point right now.
Yeah, I'm just directly quoting Elon Musk, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, the politicians. Yeah, you got my point anyway. You know what I was saying.
No, I don't, and I think you're like super spot on. Like, keep going, man, because I totally agree with you.
It's just it's an inherently honest system that it's the same with all the smart contracts that are locked, that these NFTs are locked on. I mean, if we collaborate on an NFT and we write into the smart contract that it pays you out and it pays me out every time it's sold, one of us doesn't get the money and have to trust the other person. Like, the other person doesn't have to trust, like currently, like if you get signed on by a producer as a musician, you just sort of have to trust that they're going to pay you out properly. And like with all the royalties going around in the film industry, like, you just kind of have to trust it, right? But with smart contracts, you don't have to trust anybody because you know for sure. And it's not, you get paid out at the end of the week, or you get paid out at the end of the month, or you get paid out whenever. It's instant. As soon as the sale happens, boom, it's in your account. And that's the main thing, is there's just, in this world, there's just no intermediaries. There's just no need for it. Like, it's impossible to scam people, basically. I mean, the only scams you can really, people are coming up with scams. Like, the best one that I think is the only effective one that I've seen is like the phishing scams, right? Where you trick people into logging their wallets into something that is not what it actually is. Like, you present something like it's like a Bored Ape or Other Side or some other popular brand, and someone that doesn't know better logs their wallet into the wrong thing or sends money to the wrong thing. But there's no way to like hack in and steal the money or like all that kind of that. Like, there's just no way. It's all just zeros and ones, and it's locked in code. And as it happens, and it's more just like record keeping, like in the old library books where just who had the book last. You just who had the dollar last kind of thing. And even stealing money wouldn't be effective because people would know where it's going. You could just walk.
Amen. Like when they were trying to steal the Bored Apes. Well, actually, they weren't stealing them. What they were doing was, and that was really the only other thing that I've ever seen work besides phishing, which was they were looking for that loophole. I don't know if you remember, like a few months back, waiting for the people that had sold like a private sale and had previously listed and didn't like close out the contract because they didn't want to pay the damn gas, but they had just went ahead and like instead transferred it to the other person. So they went, I don't know if you guys remember that, so they went in after they had already transferred it, and since that contract is still there, and that's the thing about smart contracts, you execute it. So yeah, they were going and executing it and just like taking over possession of their damn ape, man, and that was pretty sad. But that's the good thing about it, is you can trace everything, and they were able to see what it was. So most people, were giving them back, and didn't really have a problem with it. But that was pretty scammy. I didn't like that either. But yeah, phishing is like the only thing. Misrepresentation is always going to exist, and that's so sad that people like do that to one another. But as we were saying, and you're so correct, because I write contracts all the time and I make the tokens. If I say it's going to be 1 million tokens, I can't later on go back and be like, hey guys, I'm going to sell you 5,000 over here in the alley. It doesn't work that way. There's 1 million only in the contract, and there's only 1 million that are going to be executed, and that's it. And you're going to see every single one of them exactly when I created it and which wallet it went into. And if I'm taking possession of all 1 million tokens because I mine them all at once because there's no gas on them, like let's say I do Polygon instead of Ethereum, or whatever, blockchain I use, and I can mine them all at once because they're gas free or whatever. Or even if they're not minted and they're still being minted right now, like Bitcoin, you'll still be able to see every single wallet that it goes into, every single coin the minute it's created, and where it goes, you know what I mean? So there's no lying anymore. You can't just like sell stocks after market anymore, like they were doing. You can't do that with NFTs. It's different when you buy an NFT than buying a share in a corporation.
Well, shares are another thing that it's like, how many are there? Like, there's just no actual, amount locked at any point, and that's why it's nice to see that I think the entire stock exchange is going to be switching over onto a blockchain system, because then you'll actually know where the shares are and where they aren't, and it'll actually be between two people to buy or sell them. We really got to lose all these market makers and all these people in the middle where you can just instantaneously sell your shares on an app for like 1/10 of the actual value of what that share would be if we actually knew how many were in the float. And this is like, obviously I learned all this from the GameStop thing, because I think they're the most oversold, but it's not like they're the only ones that are oversold. Every single share that exists has like these puppeteers that can totally change that price based off of whatever. They can see all the contracts everybody's set up for their, trigger it at this, like trigger buys at this price, trigger sells at this price, and they can just play puppeteer, right? So I think, yeah, anyone that's got any job in finance and in any kind of intermediary job, any bankers, all these. My theory, honestly, is that it won't be long before Wall Street becomes the new Vegas Strip. I think every one of those banks is going to turn into a nightclub, and I think we're all going to be partying on Wall Street. Like, that's that video of the 1%ers like drinking their champagne while during the Occupy Wall Street. I think you're going to see a recreation of that video, but it'll be it'll be everyone partying up on that balcony. That's my prediction of the future. Because it's just an honest system, and the current system is so dishonest, and there's just no talking their way out of the hole and the grave that they've dug for themselves. And it's the only problem is that when you have a corrupt system and no alternative, you're sort of stuck in a corrupt system no matter how much you hate it. But now that someone's provided a solution and an honest system, it's just people are gonna shift, and you're just gonna watch slowly but surely. That's what onboarding is. People are shifting, right? People are pulling their money out of their bank and putting it into crypto, and people are pulling their money out of their whatever assets and putting it into NFTs and putting it into locked permanent assets that you know where they are and you know where they're represented and you can see them forever. And it's a completely, I don't know, it's a new world for sure. I think it's as people kind of wake up to that and sort of see the benefits of it rather than believe in all the fears and all the. So yeah, sorry, hand up there.
I was just saying, you all thought that you were done giving me prompts, but you can look at the top.
Oh no, I saw it. Like, I've been retweeting. I love it.
Yeah.
I like it. Stealing a Bored Ape.
So now I'm just taking from the conversation and trying to come up with good prompts so that we have usable things, and also I have a purpose in life.
I love the Bitcoin being sold in an alley. Honestly, that's so good.
You always have a purpose in me, man. Your purpose is just to be awesome because you make my life better. This is really badass. I love the Bitcoin ones.
That's like Banksy level social commentary, to be honest. Knock off Bitcoin being sold in a back alley. That's really good.
Yeah, the more I talk to amazing people like Brett in Web3, the more I realize that I'm not alone. One, the more I'm around amazing people like Art, and my kids are now doing something that they wouldn't have done before. And the more I'm in the space, the more I really appreciate it, man, because everybody else sees the same BS that I've been seeing for years. We're not being fooled, and we're not being we're not falling for it, and a lot of the things that I lived through in life were setting me up for this, creating web pages way back in Web 1 when nobody believed that they were going to go anywhere in life, or when I was trying to think of new ways to help our little commune that we had when we were all trying to live together a long time ago. It was little things that you don't even think would influence you, or living through the COVID and having to be home all the time and think of new ways to come up with feeding your kids, when you couldn't go out and dance anymore, and making social media my way of like making money, out of thin air or whatever, and that led to my NFTs, and that led to my wanting to what's the word for it? Reward the people that believed in me more, and then that led to like getting into the dev part, and then once I did that, and I actually started creating some of the stuff myself and seeing like how it can really be done, how you can really benefit so many people if it's done the right way. And it just really changed my mind, and I really understand. Like I kind of clicked with it the minute I heard the first people, the very first project that I wanted to get involved with. I didn't realize I had bought my first NFTs when I bought my first NFTs. That's Star Atlas. That was on Soul. I don't know if anybody here owns Star Atlas. I'm like a totally big fan of Star Atlas. But I didn't even realize I had bought NFTs. I didn't know what I had done yet. Fast forward months later, I got involved in a group that rugged, but I think they only rugged because they didn't rug on us. We hadn't invested yet, but I think they rugged on like the pre-sale people and then like closed everything off. And I never really heard much about it, but I think somebody might have gotten burned, and their name was Picasso. So I don't know if anybody here was part of that. It was like Picasso ripoffs. And then while I was doing that, I got really just involved in it as a collector. I started like really getting into NFTs, and I realized how easy the one time I got scammed, how easy it was to like scam people, and how I wanted to stay away from that. And I also met some amazing people that put real actual crypto in my wallet so I can get started in this space. And I realized that there was some really wonderful, really generous, really amazing people in Web3 that didn't have to look out for me and didn't have to believe in me and didn't have to do a goddamn thing for me, but they decided to do it. And they kind of reminded me, if anybody's ever been into like Eastern philosophy, they reminded me of my gurus. And because they reminded me of my gurus who also like believed in me and like paid it forward with me and took a risk with my dumbass, I kind of felt like I needed to do it back for others. And then the same thing for the guys in like Web3 that like looked out for me and just, really saw something, whatever they saw in me, that they thought I would be somebody in the space, and funded my little wallet at the time so that I can do some buying and investing into some projects. And it was very little, but I think I've, multiplied that in NFT assets. Some of them are not doing that good right now, obviously, with the crash of the market, but I think that what I did have, I think I did, well. And so I'm really grateful, and I'm just trying to pay that forward. And I think they picked a good one, and I only hope to pay them back, man.
Or just pay it forward. I think that's what the whole community is kind of based on right now. Is you just look out for whoever, someone grabs your hand, and then you grab someone else's hand, and they grab someone else's hand, and we all just keep pulling each other up,
Amen. Yeah, I that's why I was saying before, and I didn't mean to sound rude. It was just like, how do you amass a freaking fortune when there's, damn, somebody's smoking some good stuff, when there is like so much that could be done. Like right now I'm like walking around my neighborhood because I don't want to be inside, and I'm looking at it, and it's like sad, like the second richest city in America, really? And these poor guys have like, considering we're below sea level, because we are, and these guys have like no elevation to their home, as soon as it starts raining, it's just going to be flooded, I'm looking at like, just lack of a sidewalk when you're in a really expensive city. You know, like just so much that could be done. You know, there's people literally selling their bodies like not too far from where I live, you know, so they can do drugs. Like, not that there's anything wrong with enjoying your life and every once in a while, you know, exploring what your brain can do, you know, a little psychedelic or little trees or a little something. But we all know that using the harder stuff, there's, you know, a certain amount of suffering, a certain level of a cycle of suffering that goes with it, you know. And there's just like so much that could be done, you know, like so much education that could be done, so much, you know, even just for the kids that live in this neighborhood to separate them, you know, from that, you know, just giving them some iPads, you know, for them to create their own NFT projects, little things, you know, that could always be done. That it's like, I don't even know how I would ever have money because I can't see myself amassing it, you know. It's just, there's always something I'd want to do with it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess the thing with money is that it's kind of imaginary. You know, like it's not like having money guarantees something can be done. There's just a lot of people that set up services in order to acquire money. And if you have money, you have the ability to use those services. But something like, okay, even just look at like the idea of solving world hunger. It's not like you could have a permanent fix to the solution. So even if you could orchestrate some big, like, put together a bill that will get all this food delivered for this one day, you still need more people delivering food than having food delivered to them. People aren't, if everyone's not on board to contribute their part, it's not like
that's it. Not everybody's on board. I think there's less of a problem with resources and more of a problem with greed. And at the end of the day, I think there's so much resources on this planet. And like you said, money is fake. It's imaginary. It absolutely is. In fact, money is not the real resources. The real resources is the community. Which is, by the way, you know, like, I know that there's nobody in here right now. I just retweeted out the room. It has not gotten very big. Everybody, like, the little bit that is here, if you want. I don't know if we're just having a conversation at this point, but I would like to know from our host if they want us. I just retweeted out the room. Maybe retweet out so we can get more people in here. Or if you want to go to sleep anytime soon, too, let me know.
I'm having so much fun just, like, quote tweeting
and
you.
I am too, because I get to speak to like-minded people instead of being in front of my freaking computer screen. Because I don't know if you know, Brett, like, I'm about to go on lockdown. So yeah, I'm like, I invite all of you guys. AMD, the first one we're doing is Friday. As a matter of fact, do I? Oh no, I'm never on my own screen. Let me find myself first, and then I'll pin it in a bit. I invite you guys all to like look at, since there's like very few people in the room, I don't feel like I'm shilling and like taking away from the theme, but everybody's invited to come and like check out what I'm going to be doing next, and that's part of like the whole theme of it. It's all about the community, because I think that the real assets are the community itself. The real value in anything, even money is imaginary. It's created. Like the paper itself, like I was saying, is not worth a shit. It's really about the dance that we're willing to do for that dollar. That's what it's all about. If we're not willing to dance for that dollar has no value. And when we start really seeing that, when we really start recognizing that the real resources are what they're trying to tell us that we can't have, which is water, which belongs to everybody. It doesn't fucking belong to Zephyr Hills. What they're telling us that we really can't have, which is land, doesn't belong to anybody. It belongs to everybody, like the Hawaiian old system. Or when you start, you know, taking away the real resources that people should be able to have. And I understand about overfishing, but they're the ones overfishing because they have a permit. And who gives them the permit, you know? And who denies you a permit so that you can go out there and you can get the license so you can just fish a little bit for your family? Like, who's really getting the licenses? You got to think about that. You know, we have to think about the way that the system is set up. There's not a problem with resources, guys. There's a problem with the fucking system, because there's a problem with greed. There was no problem with resources before the greed system got here. I'm not going to talk about a color or a race. I'm not going to put hate in people's hearts. I'm just going to make it clear that before the greed system got here, before the greed system got to most of the places on earth, there was ways to share the resources that were not depleting the resources around them. And okay, there are people like the Easter Islands, they depleted the freaking resources around them. I get that. No society is perfect. But for the most part, you know, before you got to these like greedy forms of, you know, setting up monetary systems that only benefited a specific class, you didn't have these problems. You really didn't. So you don't have a problem, like, kind of like nature balances itself out. You know, you really don't have a problem with the resources, because you're not going to overpopulate an area that you can't feed off of. What you have a problem with is somebody coming along and putting their foot on the water hose and saying, no water for you, only for us.
Unless you can subscribe for $10 a month to the water.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's always been the problem. If you go and I've taken a trip, because I'm poor like that. So some of the times, you know, in order to get me and all my kids, all my dogs from one place to another, we've taken road trips. And you'd be surprised how much space there is in America. Don't tell me there's an overpopulation problem. Don't tell me there's an overcrowding and that there's a housing crisis and all of this. There's a problem with greed, not a problem with resources.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's why. I mean, the true villains are it's water houses, and it's the people that are throwing out all the extra food at groceries, and all the different restaurants that you know, just serve a little bit of food for a high price, and then end up with all this extra food. Or nothing is being rationed out properly, or in a ethical way. Everything has got this sort of. There's a real like. People really celebrity and really got elitism, and there's like sort of the American dream has sort of been painted as like unachievable. People seem to reach for all the money and all the everything is actually so wasteful, right? So it's the waste, like the amount of stuff that's wasted is where the real problem is, because you know. It's wasted on purpose to avoid it from being more accessible, so that they can maintain the higher value of what they make available. And it's just having a system that is like that is so problematic, because you're literally not just shooting yourself in the foot, you're like shooting yourself in like both legs and an arm just to try and make your other arm stronger. And it's like it's pointless. Like the cool kids club that's sitting at the top of this thing that thought they needed all this are so buried in all this wealth and all this whatever, and they sit in their like secluded mansions and enjoy their really elitist parties with their like 10 friends that can also achieve this lifestyle, but let the whole world sort of suffer around them and think it's okay because whatever balance their books or whatever they did that they make them justifies it for them, makes sense to them, when we really do just need a complete system overhaul and a complete realignment of like values in the country, not just in the country. And this is where, I mean, some people are going to try and paint it like New World Order, and you're just supporting like a brand new government.
They tell me that. I get it. They tell me that. I'm not mad at you, brother.
Yeah, no, it's not New World Order, because it's everybody taking self-sovereignty and becoming their own, really empowering yourself for who you are as a human being, and really fully believing in who you are as a human being. Because what we need to lose, like, but before it was the government, it was the church, right? I mean, there's always someone that oppressed people and made them feel shame and made them feel like they needed to be something better than they are. And what we really need to switch over to is a system that really empowers people and from a young age, for people's entire life, really pushes them to who they are capable of being and really believes in them. That you're going to have empowered people making better decisions.
Amen. You are like the reason that I'm really trying to create the project that I'm trying to create. And I wonder if, no, Demon is now a listener, but Demon was there the day that I kind of started talking about this crazy ass project, which is Eternia. And it's like, I'm not even talking about all of it because I really don't want to yet. Art knows why, and Demon knows why, and I kind of don't know Jen and Brilliant. I just started following you guys right now, but you don't look like you'd be harmful human beings. And Brett, I've seen you back and forth forever, so I know you wouldn't, like, steal my idea. You're just not the type. But so what I want to do with Eternia is just that. It's a forever community, and the reason I'm trying to create a forever community is because I want to upload everybody into the metaverse. And by saying I want to upload everybody into the metaverse, I want to do exactly that. I want to create you in the metaverse, and eventually, because the technology is already out there, I want to literally have it represent you. And as the AI gets better, and it is there already, make it you, really, as close to you as we can get. And we already have people, it's accessible. The problem is that I don't have the resources, so that's what the NFT project comes into effect, of course. The funding, because we all need funding at the end of the day. Like Art was saying, things cost money, but it's not a cash grab. Like, I'm not going anywhere. In fact, all the money is basically going to be going back into the community itself, because I'm going to try to keep it at around the $40 price point for the entire community. So, like, obviously at $40, I'm not trying to make a freaking cash grab. That's for damn sure. But those resources, so that we can get the people, which it's already out there, that can take basically the coding for your thoughts and start uploading it as a program that can store and, that kind of stuff. Like, that's the funding that basically the project is going to go into. I haven't been talking about that at all because, like I said, I don't want Elon themselves or the next person that is able to do that. And this is being recorded. So, like, I know that the ability for someone to, mimic that is there, especially if they have the funding for it, which we don't, because we're trying, obviously, to do it by creating a project. But at the same time, it won't have a soul. It's not going to have the love behind it that we do. It's not going to have the real, what's a good word for it? It's soul is such a bad word. That doesn't really exist, but it's not going to have the real love behind it. It's not going to have it. It's not going to have that compassion. It's just going to be, if they do it and they try to steal it, it'll just be a knockoff. Kind of like when people try to, make the earbuds, but they're not quite the same. People try to make the iPhone, but it's not the same thing. People try to make Nike, but it's not the same thing. And I'm not saying that those commercial brands are anything even close to what we're trying to create with Eternia, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to create something that's about the community so that the people themselves are the most important resource. They are the utility, and the forever community that is about making those interpersonal connections that we're just missing out on. Like, nowadays we really aren't socializing as much. Even though we're socializing more than ever, we really are just locked up in our little worlds, and we're really not connecting. I think we're lonelier than ever, and that's one of the things that I want to end. And then while we're doing that, we're going to be educating people into the space and bringing them and onboarding them into the crypto space. And the same thing that I did with my other community on a very microscopic level is what I seek to do with this one, which is, like, with the tokenization stuff, come up with different ways to not just create value for our token, but actually rely on kind of like the old school system where it was a barter and trade. My little community, the token that I give them as rewards, they're already able to use that, like, dollar for dollar to go ahead and purchase, like, the merchandise or the NFTs or whatever it is that they want to purchase. And somebody has already picked my brain a few times on how they can do the same thing for their NFT projects, and I have no problem with teaching people, like, how to come up, because it's something that I want to see everybody benefit from, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, it will definitely be implemented with Eternia, you know, so that people, not just the people that are coming in early are going to be wealthy and all of that. That's not what it's about. The point is that because we are able as creators to create our own wealth, instead of using it in a negative way like it's been done for thousands of years, let's try something new. And let's try, you know, like something, and I know it sounds like all crazy utopia type and people don't want to hear that, but let's try something new. Let's try like a meritocracy where people, you know, are empowered by each other and they benefit one another and they leverage one another, and instead of breaking each other down, they're like building each other up. And, you know, let's try, like, sure, we can be part of all these other NFT projects, but at the same time, it's not a pump and dump, and it's not just another project. It's a forever community where people can build, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I totally want to like not get off subject because we're trying to like stay on the art subject, but you know, they did say shill and we were on the subjects of, you know, like community and creating and stuff like that. So I totally invite anybody on Friday to come and like vibe and like put in your input, and you know, that's what Eternia is going to be about. It's about the community. Create it your own way, you know.
Yeah, no, it sounds really interesting. It sounds like a really high concept project going on. I already jumped in your Discord. See, there's a lot going on in the Discord. So
Oh my God, there's like probably nobody there right now because it's yeah, there was like a small handful. I could probably name them all by hand that are like super active, like Dopey and Pate, and I try to remember everybody by name, especially like the OGs. But yeah, I'll be in there later and just tag either Eternias, and I'll make sure you get OG, because that's another thing. We're trying to like make sure like all the people that are like at the beginning are like really good and sweet. What's a good word for it? Not sweet, because you could be just compassionate. You know what I mean? Because at the end,
you want a community that aligns with moral values.
well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like, I am not BSing when I say I'm trying to create things, and we're already like, we already have a token and people already play daily for game, and we have like a riddle and this and that, like a couple of things that we're doing to like reward people with the token. So we're already like giving out the token. If you think about like the fact that people are already like jumping on it, and we have very little bit of people following in Discord and stuff like that, then there's only 1 million tokens. And we're super early, and we're talking a forever community. So I'm not going to tell you anything, because it's definitely not about making money. But if you're holding on to those and you're early, I'm just saying that might be a good thing. You know,
I see what you're saying for sure. I think something maybe, I'm not going to know what to think, but something maybe to reconsider. I think I believe that wealth generation is possible. I don't necessarily see people acquiring wealth or having wealth. I do agree that the majority of people who have done it in very malicious, unethical ways, and I believe that making money has a bad rap for that reason. But I don't think that it's inherently a bad thing to generate wealth and make money. And I think that maybe it's almost like one thing that seems to come up is that you said you're not trying to make money a lot, but I don't think it's a bad thing, and I don't think it's something that you need to feel any sort of guilt over, that you want to add your wallet. There's no, it's not about, it's more about how you do it. Right? If you're building a community and people are supporting your community and people want to buy into it, there's no guilt that should come from that. That's a really ethical way to generate wealth, and I think that you're totally in the clear for your conscience should be clear for those decisions, because
Thank you. But yeah, no, it's actually not going to create much wealth for like any one individual the way it's set up, but as a community, and then the way it's set up, because baby, go inside and put your look what time it is. You should be asleep. Why are you bullying? And give me 1 second, guys.
The kids. I only have a dog.
But why does Mitch McConnell look like that, you guys? Like, that is not okay. Like, he's not supposed to look that cool ever. I don't even think that's Mitch McConnell at all. They're like, does not compute, is not cyberpunk. So, I've been wanting to say that, but we've been highly philosophical, and I am just being amused by myself over here.
He looks like a turtle.
Yeah, like, most of the time in Midjourney, they're like, Mitch McConnell as a turtle, and I'm like, well, that is not a very inventive use of Mitch McConnell.
I think that's the sexiest he's ever looked.
Yeah.
Bottom left.
We're not saying that is Mitch McConnell, but we're not saying it's not. But look at seriously, there's a delay between when I post it on my desktop and when it's available. Did I not submit this? What's going on? No, it's here. Wow.
Yep.
There's the wealth generation is possible, the lower left-hand side. It is not in the nest because my profile is being a jerk.
There might be too many things in the nest too. You might want to go back to the other side and start taking something down, because I have heard that you can rug a room by filling up the nest too full.
Wow.
Ah, yes, very true, very true.
Okay, so we'll get rid of some of these, but yeah, tell me. Sorry to be like, but look at my art. But
no, it's badass.
No, we're here for it. Look at your art. That's what the room's about. I'm loving the Van Gogh one. The new one just popped up here for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, what is this? I just saw this pinned tweet from Rizicon because I'm good like this. No, I don't want. I want to bookmark this so I can read it later.
On the bottom left, he looks very, very modern.
Yeah.
I really like the top right one, the money and like a. Looks like, is that like one of those sand? What are those called? The time hourglass.
Yeah.
With the sand.
Yeah, like the time, not time turner. Yeah, I know, hourglass. Yes, that's the word we're looking for.
Yeah, money in an hourglass. That's another really clever like symbol.
And you know what? Every time I use hourglass inside of Midjourney, it's a lot of bullshit. So like sometimes you have to like just not use the words, and it has to like synthesize it for itself. I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, yeah, it does. And actually this wealth generation one is interesting because I think that's like the most diverse arrangement of, like, sometimes all four images are pretty similar, but this one, it's like all four images are very different from each other.
Very.
So it's interesting to see how it took the same prompt and ran so far in so many different directions.
For real, right? It's like 4 different artists.
Yeah, I mean, I do like it when it does that because then you have a choice. It's not just like the same image 4 times.
You mean like most NFT projects?
Yeah, so like when people say like it's generative, I'm like, okay, well, like what do you mean like this? Like I could put the same prompt into Midjourney 1,000 times and get a different. I mean, if it starts to look the same, put in a slightly different word and it will look totally different. I'm working at my night job. Well, I mean, no, I'm doing this pretty much full time, but I have a second job technically, and they actually they're able to create mini models where basically if you give them 100 examples of your artwork, you can then give it like an unrelated image and it'll pull it into the your style of artwork. So it's basically like creating official oh man, I'm losing words, but like basically like reproductions or like the unofficial, like we're redoing your project type works. Derivatives, that's the word I'm looking for. So like you can create like an official derivative machine that like you get the initial like the coin thing and then you get royalties whenever it's sold. So it's like you know, for 100 pieces of art you can get, you know, thousands of it reproduced if people enjoy like your artwork.
Yeah, no, this is, and it's definitely interesting. You're taking it in so many different directions. It's like, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, the crazy, not to get off topic, but like the craziest thing about the project is all the pieces. I know that it has like one angel only up there, so you wouldn't be able to tell, but like all the pieces are actually going to be a one-to-one. They're not generative art, so we were like laughing about like how all NFTs look alike. But yeah, the Eternia project is going to be all one-to-ones, which is actually what's making my contract so freaking hard to do, because most of our contracts are based on the assumption that you're going to have generative art being generated through another smart contract. You know what I mean? So like most machines are based on the assumption that you're generating the art and that you're going to link that to it. You know what I'm saying? So when there is no generative art, it was really difficult for me to think of ways to bridge that, since most people are like using generative art. That was really crazy, but whatever. I don't want to talk about my project over here for something else. But yeah, if you ever want to do like the same thing, like if you want to take your AI art, and you want to like create like a minting machine, I kind of got you. I haven't done it yet. I have to actually test it out first, and then I'll tell you if it actually worked, because that's going to take me a few days to do just that. I just got my battery back today, but once I test it out, I think that would be great to see if it worked, you know, and we could take like a randomly generated like this collection that's all one-to-ones, and then instead of doing it on OpenSea, we can create our own contracts and then put them on a website and have people mint it out, you know?
Yeah, so the AI like generative machine is my night job. I don't have the I don't have like the IP for that. But there are other, like obviously like there's Midjourney and Dolly and like Diffuse and stuff like that. So once I am done, I have that 32-hour Web3 course that I'm never going to get over. But once I'm finished with that, the plan is to then start going into like, you know, these AI engines and start creating like a course for people to create, like, because I think it's more like, you know, the way that people say generative NFTs now really just means like different layers that they switch out. And to me, like, that's less interesting to look at than, like, wholly unique pieces of art. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, especially when you see how redundant a lot of the generative, like the ones where they just switch out the assets. I'm not saying that it can't be done really well, because I mean there's going to be an exception to everything, and I think that there are going to be some really cool of those asset-based generative pieces. But I really like the AI stuff, because it's sort of giving that power that the painters and people that had the skill set to do painting and to do different art forms, it's really giving that power to the writers now, because now you can sort of take thoughts and ideas, and there's a technology that can help translate into an image for you. And so I think we're going to be able to this is kind of I'll plug my own project again, sure. Like, this is what I'm saying about with Figma Shreds and with doing concept art for the movie. Like, I was able to produce images that help me show an idea that I want to put into a movie with this program, and that's like such a huge tool and such a great way to communicate an idea. And so, like, I mean, right now it's just random and fun, and we're just basing these prompts off of a conversation. But if you get to a point where you actually have like an idea in words that you really want to convey with imagery, this is the exact way to do it, right? This is a really good way to communicate. Like, imagine using this technology with someone where there's like a real bad language barrier, right? Like, this would be a great way to communicate the ideas with someone who you're having a trouble communicating with words, because you can show them with images. You can just literally on the fly pop up, this is what I'm talking about. This is and it's bigger than something that you can just tangibly show an example. It's not like teaching someone how to fish or something where it's hands-on. This is like concept based. Like, it's how to show people ideas. Like, oh, don't do that because it'll ruin the future. Here, let me show you the future that might come from you making that decision. Like, it's like a really cool I don't know. The possibilities are endless. It's amazing that this exists, and it's really fun now. But I'm really interested in starting to see what some of the actual use cases for this technology are going to end up being. Like, even think of like when they do like in court, when they're doing like doodles of trying to describe criminals. Like, imagine doing AI generated, just describe the guy that did this to you, and then you just type it all in, and it just pops up exactly what this guy probably looks like. Or who knows? Like, there's this. The actual use cases of this technology is I'm really interested to see where it starts to pop up.
Hello. Brett, actually I have heard you, and what you said, like me, I can't speak English, but this AI is helping us to means what we can say, like, it's our words, so we can express our feelings or what we have on our mind, but we have that language because this is based upon or on English. So prompt is on English. So that's how it's work. So I know what you are saying, that I can recognize it, because at the first time when I used this one, because I don't know how to express my feelings that I have inside myself. Okay, so but slowly what I have done, I have translated from that to my language and then from English, but it's not applicable, because it's not that the words, like I have earlier said before, it's a prompt engineering. Same words and same different meanings. Something like if you use the same word as like something advanced or something language, same word, something like na, so it will give a result as a different that I have recognized. And that's why I'm experimenting for 3 to 4 months in this AI field, because I want to see something more to speak. And what I feel also, there are many disabilities persons here, but they have mind, they have so much thinking about it, that inner self, they are going through so many difficulties, but we can't understand that. We thought that he has a disabilities, he will manage, no, he has something in himself and he has something going on in his mind, but he can't express. So how can he express? He can't draw, he can't, but he can say something, like he can type or say something. So that image can go through the art, and all people can know that no, this people, he's something like, no, he's something like about this or this, what's going on his mind. So a great tool. AI is a great tool. In when internet came or computer came to our world, everybody said that it will take job. Like something now it's happening now, Web3 will or AI will take our job. No, they will never take our job. Something would I replace, something gonna replace, but it will never take our job. So it's something when internet when first came in first at that century, then Web 2 came, then Web 3 came. So it's never take that job. Instead, it's give job to every person. So it's work like that. So don't be fear about that AI will take a job. It's just a tool. Humans are so much talented now, they gonna never take upon this technology that they can rule humans. So humans are so talented that they know their limits. So yeah. Sorry for bad English.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying, and I appreciate it. And that's actually, yeah, no, you're totally right. And it's like it's evolving the language too, because it's adding on to what the language was before, and it's giving it, all this additional power. It's really empowering words in a big way. And on the note of like taking our jobs, I swear someone needs to go around and fire everybody that's worried about something taking our jobs. Like it's just such a nonsensical argument. There is no one on this planet that was born to serve one other person for their whole life for $10 an hour. Like, there's none of these jobs that people are worried about losing matter, and the whole society will be better if we do move. I mean, the grocery stores, they were like arguing over cashiers, and it's like, we don't want the automated checkouts because all these cashiers. No one wants to be a cashier. That's not a sought after position. No one's not.
Amen. Amen.
Get to stand there and swipe your bananas across a barcode system. Like, it just doesn't, like, that was no one's dream job. No one, like, let's get rid of that job. Yeah, there's just so many. It's so dumb, some of these arguments.
What we have to do, though, is bridge and educate, because a lot of people are going to be scared. And that's exactly what, our friend Razak was saying. That's exactly what Brett is saying. That's exactly what everyone else. We're all saying the same thing. And then, of course, just because we understand it doesn't mean everyone else is. And we are going to, like, my daughter will not listen to me right now about it, and she likes her position working at 7-Eleven. She doesn't want to hear that she should be creating her own. I mean, I'm like so Web3 now, and like I'm totally into it, and I'm like here creating my own tokens, and if I talk to somebody on the other saying she wants to work as a cashier American. So we have to educate. We do. We have to, and some people are going to be a little dying bar.
Hey, Pony, sorry for interrupting, but you went far away for a second. All of a sudden, it sounded like, I don't know if your connection is bad, but yeah. Also, while I'm interrupting you, go look at the art that I got from Ruzikin's, what he was saying. It came out really cool, honestly.
No, please, I want to complete that. Pony should complete her words, then I will talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, Pony, are you able to fix whatever issue you were having?
Sure. Did I?
No.
No, you're lagging pretty bad. It sounds like your mic's half unplugged.
No. Okay. Well, you should go back into the nest and look at the. I'm trying to get rid of some of these prompts so that we don't get rugged. It is difficult. They're all like my babies now.
Yeah, art inspiration. I would tell you about. Have you tried means? I have seen your mid journey photos, and for the past 3 weeks, I have applied to Dali, and from past 2 weeks, I have also applied to async art, and this week, 3 days ago, I was also applied to non-origin. I don't know why they are. I'm so shocked. Like it's been a NFT journey is already means it's about only 3 months. I have joined this on only March. Yeah, March, starting of the March, and at that time I never knew about this Twitter Spaces or how to handle a Twitter. I haven't tried about these type of stuffs. Okay, because I'm already like a cool person like using Instagram, TikTok like yeah, but I'm not serious about it and I haven't tried about this. But yeah, this is the March. I entered into this NFT field and I don't know how to use what is the spaces. I asked every person like what is this spaces, how are you doing this, how are your sales, how are you doing sales like this. So they told me little. So every person I something from the different persons I got some knowledge. From there I pick up, and I'm too shocked. Like within a three, I'm new person. I'm from village person. I'm tribal person, and I came here into city like 1 year ago after the COVID just to survive. So I have to do something new, and I heard about this NFT. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. What it is. So I came to know and like you have to means into NFT, and this NFT something like photography or you artist. No, I'm not artist. So from then I thought, yeah. And at that time I came to news about NFT. So yeah, so then I searched on Google what is NFT, what is how it work, what is the blockchain. From there I came to it's in the April month, 2022. For the 1 month I studied all these news on the Google News, and suddenly I have a mind, no, I have to enter this. It's a new field, it's a new to our technology, and it's a Web3. It's better to get into it and do something new, whether I am getting benefit or not, or I am doing better or not. Let's get into it. So that's how my journey started, and I started, and because I don't know how to create these art because I'm not a traditional artist. So I searched, but earlier I am doing like on the COVID I have tried to about YouTube videos. Means channel I've created my channel, but that's also new to me. But at that time I have heard about like AI. You can create YouTube videos. So I have at that time I have tried AI videos to create my YouTube videos. Okay, so from there I just got a shock means let's try like is AI also applicable to NFT? So just I Google and that I got this something new, and at that time there was no collab what we call Google collab, and notebooks were there at that time, just because on the 3-4 months, as I know. Maybe they were, but I don't know. So and there was also no software like which you can clip diffusion. There are many notebooks available now on GitHub, which can run on Google Colab. So I don't know about this. So this is how a journey started, and I keep Google and search on YouTube, and from there I learned our basic. If you can see my first photo, it's weird something what I've created here. No nonsense means there have no meanings here. I will do that. Chalo theek hai, let it be. Let's try. So what I have done at the starting, I have put the same prompt on the same Google Note. So at that time when I don't know that I'm training that notebook. I don't know about that, but unfortunately it's worked. So how and and what I did then, like you have said that I have put the same prompt, the result were different. But what I was doing here, whenever get the 2-3 result, it's not going with the same result. I always change the prompt, something like a artist or name, or like something art style. Artist style. I always change key something wanna match. So so slowly I learned that this is called a prompt engineering. So how slowly I came to know, and within a 1 month I came to know how it work, and I'm so shocked. Like within one March में join किया था. Yeah, I have joined in March in this and Twitter NFT place, and within 1.5 month I got 4 sales without any knowledge, without anything. Just it's workout only from prompt engineering. That I realized after that this all about prompt engineering. But today in today's after 2 to 3 months after, I can see there are lots of people doing these AI art, and they're using like Google Colab Pro version, something like they're doing 24 are doing continuously. Even when I made my one animation art of only 7 minutes, it took me around 7 days, and these 7 days are 24/7. Every day you count from Sunday to Saturday is 24/7. My laptop is running on 24 hours. So for making a that 7 minutes, I have to keep this running on. So but now there are more notebooks came now, but yeah, and even I have seen like they are making like movement. Earlier this is my still images, and some of the animations were there, but they are not appropriate. But now there are means disco diffusion 5.3, 5.4, and Jax, human art. There are so many collab now. Okay, so but now I have seen something like they are creating still images from here 5.4, and they are putting that into VX. I don't know how they are doing. Like you can see like they have what they are copied Avatar movie. You know Avatar 1 or 2, that scene. So it's something copy of that when he's reaching, and he's on that dragon flying over there. So they have made some that movies. Yeah, it's on 30 seconds, but wow, yeah, it's on movement. Yeah, like it's a real that he is on jumping on the dragon and he is flying. Oh my God, well, how is he doing that? Yeah, wow. So there are many innovations going on. We don't know how they are doing that, but yeah, within 4 months I have seen many changes. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. It was great to hear from you. I'm sorry. It is almost 1 a.m. My cat is declaring revolution because it is time for bed, and she wants her nighttime treats. I give them treats as soon as I have my lights on a timer, so they know when it's treat time. When the lights in my living room turn off, they get treats.
No, it's okay. It's good because I tried to sleep last night, but I went to sleep last night, and it's morning, and it's now 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Whole night I won't sleep. Yeah.
But
full at heaven
yeah.
sleep, and it's 24 and hours and above. I'm just working on my Google Colab. After that, I thought that I will sleep, but no. After these speeches going on, some interesting speeches, so I haven't sleep. It's been like 28, 29 hours. No, I haven't sleep. But you can sleep as well. No, I do. Means actually I don't have words. I don't speak. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that before I go though, Brett, you were like, "Do you want to buy an 8?" And it was the Muppets, and it was an 8, and I put it into the AI, and it came back with all 9s. So,
No.
so yeah, I think
It's from Mid Journey.
yeah.
I think at one point in my life that a beef between the two, isn't there?
Yeah, why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
I thought it was because 7 was a registered 6 offender.
I have never heard that before, and now I'll remember that. Thank you, Brett. Anyway, thank you, Brilliant, for being there for so long, and thank you, Brett, for sticking around all night. Please give me your I wanted to say Yeti, but Bigfoot concept art. I mean, give is a big. Allow me to use your concept art. If you want to give me a Alice in Wonderland inspired something, I will also accept that. Ruzakon, if you want to also contribute your original art to this project, I would appreciate it. It's been really fun with you, all of you. Today I lost my co-host, unfortunately, but yeah, it's been really great, and I think that this was a success. So thank you very much. I have a unless either of you have anything to say, this is good night.
No, thank you very much for hosting. I think that was a lot of fun. It was a really cool idea for a space, and I hope you do it again. I look forward to the next one. I'll definitely get you some artwork, an original for you, and of course you can use any of my NFTs that you like. The Bigfoot stuff's coming your way. Thank you so much for hosting. This is awesome.
Yeah, what he said, copy and paste from my side. Yeah, what he said, copy and paste. Yeah, and I'm really happy that actually you listen to me, because I don't have what to speak, but I know what I'm feeling and what I'm doing, and why others are appreciating my art. So thank you so much. Thank you.